All right, greetings, everybody. This evening's topic is discussing morality and balance to the Black Adept with the Triad of Darkness, which is Brother Rogue Titan, Bilal, the sister, the Cosmic Serpent, Lilith, and myself, Ravana Noon, Lucifer. We'll be going in depth into that discussion, that area. Take it away, Cosmic Serpent. You can do the intro part.
Okay, well, hi guys. Thanks for coming. The topic today is morality and balance. And I think that with delving into any form of spiritual work, especially the path that we're on, I feel like it's an imperative topic. I think it's really, really important to discuss that because you can have a lack thereof of morality, and that can be okay for you, or you can go by a code. And when you enter the realm of spirituality, you just have to be right within yourself, because there's so much information that's presented. And I feel like being able to have a set standard, whether it's by the discipline that you're in, or if it's just something that you created yourself, I feel like everyone should have some sort of a code, some things that you just will do or will not do, and this is derived from early times when man looked at nature for his reasoning and rules. The laws of nature were always something that would build belief, and then that belief would solidify into something that you had as far as, which you held on to. So, it's really important on this path that you do have some sort of standard, but it's all about what type of standard you're actually setting for yourself. I think that we're held to a different level being on the left-hand path, on the darker side of things. So, I think that it's definitely something that needs to be discussed. And I know you guys got some good information on it.
Yes, Brother Rogue Titan.
Yes, like I said, harmony and balance in the energies that we're absorbing and that we're working with is essential in any magical path, whether it's right hand or left hand. And having a code, a personal code, and understand that that personal code is only personal for you. You know what I'm saying? Understand that you got to have a certain, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say limitations, but boundaries, so to speak, when you're wielding this energy, because this energy in the wrong hands, and it could be you as you're, you know what I'm saying, not being responsible with it, you can cause all kind of damage and havoc in other people's lives as well as your own. So by maintaining that focus and being responsible for the energy that you send out, the energy that you hold within, and working with your subconscious mind is essential. And like I said, having a code, understand that it's a personal code that only applies to you. And then understand that everybody else don't have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? You can take someone else's ideas or, you know what I'm saying, their whatever code of ethics they have and apply them to your own, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But whatever you're doing, have a goal with it. You know what I'm saying? Have an intention behind whatever rules that you set for yourself. And understand that the energy that we're working with at this present moment is only going to increase. Is only going to build even more momentum, as like it's an avalanche going downhill, and there's no plateau for it. It's just going to keep going, building steam. So with that being said, just know that, you know what I'm saying, hold that energy. You know what I'm saying? Being responsible for your thoughts, your behavior, your actions, and understand how that affects your environment and everyone in your environment. So like having morality with that, you know what I'm saying, is essential, especially when you're around family, or, you know what I'm saying, depending on your environment. But you gotta have certain type of I want to say limitations, but certain type of boundaries, so to speak. You know what I'm saying, within you, with your energy that you're holding. You know what I'm saying. Some places you want to, you know what I'm saying, you might want to be around family. You might want to cut off certain things. But when you're out in the world, you know what I'm saying, going to Walmart, you might want to open up some shit, you know what I'm saying? But just be responsible with this energy that you're holding, because, I mean, this is the energy that we embody and that we are is an all-powerful energy source, you know what I'm saying? There's no limitations to this shit, but know that it's only going to build even more momentum. But being responsible, you know what I'm saying, that's essential for my work, and I know everybody else feel that same way. So that's my approach, and that's how I work with it, you know? But it changes. It always changes. It's always in a state of flux. It never stays the same. So
Right.
tomorrow I might, you know what I'm saying, I might rewrite some shit, you know what I mean, on how my code is for that particular moment and that particular environment and everybody within that environment. But the next day it might change on something else. So it's never like the same. It's always going to change, but I'm going to be responsible with the energy that I hold and that I send up. And that's how we work with that shit.
True. And my part I'm adding on is morality is different to each and every individual. You have to determine first and foremost when you walk on this path, your main mission is to deconstruct, demolish, annihilate all the morality codes you were basically programmed with or conditioned with from society, your family, your religion, or anything else. Once you annihilate or destroy that, then you start to build what is to you the most important aspect to create your own morals on this path. See, people have this misconception that when you walk the left-hand path that there's no morality. Bullshit. We have morality, but our morality is a different code of conduct. It's a different level. And that morality is based upon things that are most important to you that may not be important to the next individual that you just are not having. Like, for example, a lot of the past morality that I was taught have been abolished, but there's this one morality that I still hold by. You cross the line of disrespect, that's a problem. You understand? That, to me, is one of the major codes of morality I have. You cross the line of disrespect, total disregard, then you violated and crossed my code of conduct, that's about the only one I have left. Then that's it. There's a problem. There's a situation that is going to be, dealt with accordingly. But outside of that, you have to find what is moral to you. You understand? You have to find like things like, in everyday conduct that you see in life, some things you're going to agree with and others you're not. Don't think that because you're here, you have to just eliminate everything and not have no morality at all. No, because you're still going to have a level of respect for yourself. You're going to have a level of respect for other people that are still going to be very important to you. And if they're crossed or violated, it's going to create situations. So always remember that. Like Demetria says, you're the ruler of your universe. The rules of others don't apply. Must form your own. And one of the principles of Luciferianism is what? You're the God. You're the only God that is. And as the God that is, you are creating, and like Brother Rogue Titan said, every day you are basically analyzing. You're basically going over what in your rulership is important to you or not, what is moral to you or not. And it can change from day to day. It can change from situation to situation. But you're your own God, and you have the right to do that, and you don't have to answer to anyone. That's the most important thing, is you don't have to answer to anyone as a sovereign ruler. And the main focus of Luciferianism is to be what? The sovereign ruler over your life, and not to be manipulated by others that have been constantly or consistently manipulating you throughout your life. Now it's time for you to start doing the manipulating in your life to get what is best benefit for you, for your growth and transformation on your walk. All right, Cosmic Serpent.
That's so accurate, like what you were saying about using your basis for Luciferianism to be able to then discern. So, on this path, we do have to come up with ways of being able to filter things to see what's good for us, what's not good for us, what resonates with us and what doesn't. And so I think that, we seek greatness. So it's all about seeking the greatness within, and that in turn being reflected into your normal life. So, in certain situations, I know personally I've had to do that, where using discernment was one of the things that one of the main focuses in going into situations with people. If at this point, do I decide to sit at a family dinner table and talk about my beliefs when I know that the people that are closest to me that are sitting there would be adverse to that? Do I choose to, spew the wrath of whatever I'm working with at someone because they cut me off at a light? Is that so I'm using discernment in the moment. And I think that the illumination that we all talk about and we all strive for gives you the space to do that. You know, you'll be able to know that I'm staying true to myself and staying true to what I'm holding on to as far as my beliefs, but in certain areas and certain arenas and with certain energies around, you know, your code comes in. I think personally for me, you know, the know to dare, to will, and to keep silent is one thing that I always have in the forefront of my mind, and the keep silent part sometimes has to, you know, take the forefront. And you know, there's so many people that have reached out to me that share my beliefs, but there's also some that I deal with on a daily basis on a mundane level, and I have to check myself. You know, I have to check myself because I don't want to lose that relationship. So that's how I have to conduct myself in that arena. So yeah, absolutely. What you said was so true. We're the masters of our own existence, and so we can use our knowledge and our discernment in most situations. So yeah, absolutely.
Brother Rogue Titan.
That's essentially what she just mentioned about having discernment and using that at like the moment to moment times that we're dealing with different people. And one of the ways that I've done it, basically dealing with like the people that I work with, is like everybody that I know knows me from a, you know what I'm saying, I can mirror to them already what they think about me, or already what they're comfortable with. And I've learned to do that. So around certain individuals, I might be this funny, goofy ass nigga. Around some other motherfuckers, I might be this intellectual, political science, you know what I'm saying, person. I can go in front of these white folks and be some, you know what I'm saying, something else. I can mirror to them exactly what it is and what they expect me to be for them. But doing that, you know what I'm saying, it puts me, because I'm always in the mindset of being a scientist and conducting the experiment and just observing, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing mentally, you know what I'm saying. But using discernment and being able to trust what you're doing and the psychic impressions that you get when you're doing these different experiments and stuff like that is essential, you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to harm anybody or anything like that, you know what I'm saying. I don't get any smoke whatsoever from people, you know what I'm saying. But just being able to discern your thoughts from other people's thoughts and being, you know what I'm saying, I guess moral, using it, you know what I'm saying. You don't want to use that you can use that to fuck somebody's life up, you know what I'm saying. But just being responsible for the energy that you embody, you know what I'm saying, energy that you send out. Because you know what I'm saying, we are here, but it can affect different types of things that can harm your lifestyle, whatever. But dealing with family, me personally, I don't have no qualms with having an open dialogue about any of this shit. Because if I speak on it, if I'm dealing with a certain family that's like Christian or whatever, and they ask me a question, I'm gonna give them an answer. But the moment they, you know what I'm saying, it's feel some type of way, I got two choices. I can either fan the flames and try to let them know it's okay, or I can go straight at them and feed on that energy. Like, you know what I'm saying, you got the nerve to question me when I'm doing, you know what I'm saying. I can come down like the wrath of God on an individual like that, whether it's family or not, and I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? So, like with my family, I don't get no smoke when it comes to what you doing this, what you doing with that. People see my Instagram, my Facebook posts and shit like that, and they know to stay clear when it comes to me being able to, you know what I'm saying, communicate with them. Because I can communicate with them on their level, but they know that I'm fucking with some other type of shit. So they uncomfortable and this, you know what I'm saying, just dealing with dark type of shit. So it's a fear thing. You see what I'm saying? But the moment I feel any type of aggressiveness or them trying to come down on me, if that's, you know what I'm saying, I'm not saying that ever would happen, but if it were, I mean, I'm more than willing to pull out my lifesaver and just end it, you know what I'm saying, family or not. And now that's some other individuals who may look at family, they don't want to harm family, things like that. I've come down harder on my family for coming, you know what I'm saying, staring in my lane, trying to, you know what I'm saying, block my path with this shit. Like, I've really fucked people up with my family when it comes to that shit. They won't even mention my name, you know what I'm saying, or even come to an event where I'm at a family reunion or whatever because of the things I've done or said to them in the past, you know what I'm saying? So it's you know what I'm saying, but you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta balance, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have, you know what I'm saying, that everybody else have their own feelings when they deal with family. Now, I will say this, like my mom, I'll let moms be moms, you know what I'm saying? That's the great mother when I look at my mom. So I don't have no, what she say, I let her say her little shit, but I know that at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? She gave birth to Belial or whatever, so that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let mom speak her piece, But moms know not to dive too deep into them waters, you know what I'm saying? But I'm there to help her, you know what I mean? But that's moms. I got two brothers who kind of quasi woke, I guess, or whatever, but they talk a lot of shit. They ain't really putting in the work that I put in, so they kind of, you know what I'm saying, they play it on the fence and shit like that. But they're my brothers and shit. So, but when I'm out in the world, it depends on the moment. It depends on the environment that I'm in and the psychological mindset that I have at the moment on what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? On what if I go to Walmart or something, especially with traffic, I could tell motherfuckers telepathic ways and tell people to turn, get out my way and shit like that, so I can, you know what I'm saying, clear my path. I mean, I do all kind of shit, but like I said, you can if you're angry and you're telling motherfucker to get out your way, you may cause an accident. You know what I'm saying? Just sending out that energy, and that is amplified by your aggressiveness and your anger. You can affect people with that shit. So, but I do different experiments while I'm driving to get to, you know what I'm saying, get from A to B. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to harm nobody with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it changes in the moment. But understanding using discernment on when to use different things and when to kind of, you know what I'm saying, shut down certain energy within yourself and how you're going to affect the environment, it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? But it changes. And don't let motherfucker come to you try to tell you what you doing is wrong or right, because we all know that shit don't exist for us. You see what I'm saying? The moment somebody try to come cut me off and stop this energy I'm working with, I come down hard on them, dude. Like their head is gone. Like straight. That's like somebody questioning. I look at it like this. How the fuck you gonna come question Satan in hell? Like, what? Nigga, you better play your position. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm doing Man, I come down hard. I've done it before, and I've got great joy out of doing it. You know what I'm saying? No remorse, no kind of, you know what I'm saying, just callous disregard for them if they come in. Because I don't do that to nobody else. I stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? My lane is wide, but I stand. Somebody come at me with some shit trying to tell me what I'm doing is wrong. Oh, man, you better Google me. I've done things to people, and it's just, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I get joy out of that shit. Somebody trying to come at me, telling me what I'm doing is wrong or right. You know what I'm saying? Just stay in your position. You play your lane. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but it's fluid though. It changes. It depends on the moment. Depends on the mood, environment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I go to church and do this. But I've done it before, you know what I'm saying? Everybody praying and doing this shit, and I'm just on the motherfucker standing up looking at everybody and shit on purpose. Feeding on the energy. And everybody looking at me like, this nigga why he ain't praying and shit? Been called out, go to the pastor, you know what I'm saying, when the preacher asks you to come up and shit like that for prayer and all that shit. I ain't sitting down, nigga. I ain't bowing my head. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking around at everybody like, damn, these niggas under heavy mind control. How can I benefit from this shit? Let me think, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit I be doing. But I mean, everybody might look at doing that, manipulating people that go to church or religious mindset people. That might be, you know what I'm saying, a boundary they don't want to step too far in. But me, I fuck with that type of shit. So, like I said, it changes. It's fluid, just like water. Exactly. Never settle.
Well, to chime in there, I'm gonna add on to something Mario said. Brother Mario says, Rogue Titan, you are most definitely right. You have to be like Dexter's Laboratory or Dr. Doom and constantly practice experimentation. This is why every week we always go over the fact that you're the scientist of your life. You're the scientist, and you are creating the experiments on your everyday life, okay? As long as you remember that, you'll understand that morality is a cage or a system to control you. It keeps you in a barrier or boundaries. In order to become this person that you're trying to elevate to, the God you're trying to become, you're going to have to literally experiment and challenge everything in your life you've ever been taught. You're going to have to experiment in things that people are going to say that's immoral. It's not immoral. If you understand you're the God of your universe, anything goes in your universe, and you're going to have certain boundaries you ain't going to cross yourself. That's understood. But pretty much anything else is open game for you because, as we've said before, Brother Rogue Titan, myself, Cosmic Serpent, you're either manipulated or you're the one manipulating. You're either the one that's creating or the one that's being used in a creation. Your choice of what you want to do, but the main thing to understand is when you walk, especially walk in the left-hand path, Luciferianism, black magic, or as a black adept walking his path, The main thing you have to always remember is that you can't keep allowing yourself to stay caged within other people's system of morality. You can't fall for what the okie doke been given to us since we were young. You're gonna literally cause dissension between you and your family, you and your friends, you and authority figures. Because remember, the one thing they cage you in is authority figures. And what do I mean by that? You go to school, the first authority figure outside of your parents was your teacher. And what's the first thing they teach you when you go to school? Oh, don't question your teacher, right? So you understand, you're put back under the condition of, oh, this person's authority over me, I shouldn't question. Bull crap. You should question anything and everyone. And at the same token, when you realize that you can question anything and everyone, you also understand that as long as you respect, you could question me on anything. But the minute you come to me sideways, like Brother Rogue Titan says, it's a problem. And this is why I've always said before, when you cross that line, we'll take you out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There's many rituals we know, and we could use every one of them on different kind of levels to destroy people if we wanted to. The choice is yours, right? Like Black Sheep said, the choice is yours. What way you want to come to people, how you want to approach them. Don't think that just because you're a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, that you're all right and exact and almighty, that if you approach individuals like ourselves, we're not going to come at you. Trust, if you cross and you come with that disrespect, we will destroy you on every level. But is your morality, I'll give you an example, is your morality that you personally have allows you to do that, or do you still think you have to be nice to people? Do you still think that you can't, what I should say, hurt people because, they're so fragile, but yet they disrespect you on any turn that they have a chance? They'll hurt you on any turn you have a chance. You got to cut that mentality out. The mentality you should have is, you cross the line, I will take you out. As long as you don't cross the line, there is no problem between us. You understand? But if you feel like you can't approach people who've disrespected you and you're going to keep letting them disrespect you, then you're still back under the system of control, the system of religious mentality, religious control. That's the problem. And you need to avoid those things, because morality is one of the biggest tools to enslave you. This is a good concept and idea of topic that was brought up, because I still think people have morality even when they're walking on this path. And you can hear it sometimes by the questions they ask. Like, okay, this person did this to me. Is it wrong? Hell no, nothing is wrong. The concept you got to understand, there's nothing right or wrong when you're walking this path and you're really doing the alchemy. There's nothing right or wrong. If a hurricane came through Florida right now, there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is wrong if my house is effed up, the electricity is off and everything else. But the concept of what nature is doing itself is not wrong. But then people will tell you, oh, God is punishing us. Really? How's God punishing you for a hurricane? God's not punishing you for a hurricane. That's nature creating what is necessary, shaking what is necessary for new growth or new transformation. We don't like that, because your personal life is now put on the line, and you may be weak-minded. You may not be strong to be able to have to survive without electricity for a week or two because hurricane just devastated everything. It challenges people. It challenges the weak from the strong, and it separates the weak from the strong. So understand, when we deal with morality, it starts with yourself and questioning everything you've been taught about morality, and then breaking away from what you've been taught. So eventually you develop within your own experimentation, within your own path, what is right or wrong to you, what is acceptable or not acceptable to you. And that's all you live by. You don't got to answer to nobody what is right or wrong to you, period. So, Cosmic Serpent, anything else, or would you like to go to dealing with balance?
I do have one more thing that might be important on this. heard you when you were talking about anger and things like that. And, you know, one way that I found expression that is a part of my code, and I think that a lot of people share this, is that you can find expression with things in your practice itself. You know, if a part of your code is, you know, I'm not going to outwardly express my anger to harm another person as far as physically, if they've done something to me that I don't think that needs that physical attack, you know, I found my expression in ritual, you know. So the anger that I feel, the you know, the frustration, or the, you know, the upsetness that I feel in a situation, you know, can be translated into ritual. And I think that spiritually, you know, protecting yourself or either retaliating against someone that may deserve it is a great way to be able to translate that, you know, besides going to jail. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of put that out there before we went to balance. You know, it's just a part of expression that you can get that out without having to, you know, physically put your hands on someone. Now, if someone comes to you and you need to be able to protect yourself, or you feel like that's necessary, then again, that's not immoral, or that's not morally incorrect, because it's all about what you perceive is, you know, within the boundaries of what you want to be able to check into yourself and say that I don't feel bad about what I'm doing. There's no, because if you go into a situation and you have a undercurrent of not really being sure of yourself, or fear that something might happen to you. You know, I had a lot of people contact me back when I used to talk about just spell work a lot to with my friends and things, and people are like, well, this is going to come back on me times 3, and I'm going to be, you know, this is this retaliation, and I can't do these type of workings because, you know, I'm going to get backlash for it. And I'm like, only if you believe that, only if you accept that, only if you accept karma, if you accept that. So, you know, it, like you were talking about, it all just is a basis of what your beliefs are, because on this path that kind of frees us from having to adhere to what's been set up by society and by standards to be able to control us. That's the real reason that it's in place. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say about that part.
And that's exactly so true, because most of what we've been given is exactly to keep us within the bounds of society. Even the concept of karma, that's one of the biggest tools used to control masses of people for thousands of years.
The worst.
Keep you basically within their due bounds, because if you believe that, oh, I'm being punished for something I'm doing, then my question to people who think like that is, what about these corporations and these so-called principalities, you know, these secret societies that run in the world? Where's their retribution? Where's their punishment for their karma? They're fucking shit up across the whole planet. Where's their due due punishment? It doesn't happen. You know why? Because they don't believe that. They don't believe that and accept that. They know the slaves believe that and accept that. And you know, as long as you're a slave and you accept and believe that, then it's easy for them to continue to manipulate you. Easy for them to continue sticking the finger up in your booty and you not being able to do nothing about it. Because why? Because you believe if I respond or act out or speak out to the authority, then I'm wrong, or I'm going to a place called the box, which they call prison or jail. Listen, you cannot let things like that fear you, okay? Because if you let everything that they have in store for you fear you or scare you, then what happens is you're going to allow yourself to still be a slave. Even if you ended up in a box, your body's in a box, your mind is free. And as long as you keep remembering that my mind is free, no one can control this, then you'll always maintain that sovereign rulership over yourself. But if you're afraid of what they could do to the physical, yeah, you'll always be a slave. You'll always be controlled because you're afraid of what your physical harm can be. You can't think like that your whole life, because you're easily will be enslaved and continuously continue down the path you always have. Brother Rogue Titan.
Man, it's like this, man. Like dealing with this, man, dealing with this energy. Like I said, being responsible with it is, you know what I'm saying? It's you gotta know when to do shit and when not to do. But one of the things I wanted to bring up, I heard y'all talking, like, when I deal with people at my job, the reason I don't get any smoke or any type of tension or anything like that, because I have everybody within my environment under my control by me. I'm literally, no bullshit, 100% mind controlling them to the point where I can telepathically communicate with them to see me a certain type of way. And it's very easy because I've learned to, as I built rapport with different individuals, so I know their energy and I know how to, shape and mold that. You see what I'm saying? And I know how to get the results from that based on me just sending out a thought wave to them to respond to my energy in a specific way, depending on the day or whatever. It could be different, you know what I'm saying? But that's another thing that you got to be responsible with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've pushed the envelope with my abilities and things like that, but being, having balance. I'm not doing it to fuck them up, but I'm doing it to more so just make sure my environment is under my control at all times. You see what I'm saying? If I come late to work, you know what I'm saying, I know how to communicate with my supervisors and shit like that, telepathically, like, motherfucker, you don't even, Shannon not here. Don't think about Shannon. Boom, when I get there, motherfucker, damn, I ain't seen you all day, man. Where you been? But I mean, it's so many different ways that you can use different telepathic, I don't want to say assault, but like just knowing how to finesse the mind of individuals who already think on the level of a slave. You see what I'm saying? So if an individual is already thinking on the level of a slave, they're a slave to society, the government, things of that nature, I put myself in the position of being, the slave master as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to step in the role of being that. So if individuals are, they're talking about, like you was bringing up, Ravana, about the hurricane, like blaming God on the hurricane coming through Florida or whatever, and they talking about God is punishing them. Me, my mindset, I'm like, I am punishing. You know what I'm saying? I am God. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, you got to look within yourself. Why would I punish you? You know what I'm saying? What are you not doing? You know what I mean? If you're thinking like, because you either one or two things, you either a slave or God. There's no in between with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And most people are slaves. So, but most people are my slaves. So I put myself in a position and being able to benefit from individuals who have that mindset. You know what I'm saying? With a moral code, of course, and and balance on how I wield their energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you could fuck people up with this energy. Be responsible. So like different people in my environment, even my family, they don't know this, but like even my family, before I go into an area, that I say if I got a meeting, I'm going over to meet my cousins over my such and such house or whatever. I already sent the thought wave out to just mind control everybody that's in that building or in that environment to do exactly what it is I want them to do, to see me exactly how I want them to see me. When I come in the door, boom, this big, tall, 6'6" nigga, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. It's already done before I even get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when it comes to like being prepared and shit, I'm like Batman when it comes to prep time. So if I'm doing something, if I'm being called to go somewhere, I got a certain mindset I'm sending out. Before I go to Walmart, I'm mind controlling motherfuckers and not buy this certain, say if I'm looking for an action figure and I know it's there and I ain't called to tell them to hold it, I send the thought wave, don't come down this aisle to go pick up this new Thanos action figure. That shit gonna be there and it's mine. When I show up, get the fuck out of my way. Right. I get there, boom, no smoke, boom, get my shit and I'm going to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But I could have easily called and told them to hold it, but I like to challenge myself in being able to trust in my psychic ability to send that telepathic wave out to individuals in that area to get to listen to what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I mean? Most people understand something. Most people operate from the reptilian brain. That's a basic, you know what I'm saying, survival mechanism of the brain. Knowing that, you can manipulate that by sending out certain, you know what I'm saying, certain frequencies of thought, of wave, you know what I'm saying, a certain wavelength of people to operate on that level, but to also, you know what I'm saying, you finesse them to look at you as something to be afraid of. You see what I'm saying? Something to be cautious about. So when they see you, they kind of, you know what I'm saying, let this nigga go through, you know what I'm saying? It's so, like I said, man, there's so many different ways that you can fuck with this energy and apply that shit to your everyday methodology, but having discernment on when to use it, trusting your abilities and shit like that, and being in balance with it. But know this shit is only gonna build more momentum, you know what I'm saying? Never stay stagnant with your energy, but know that your code, your morality, whatever, it should be fluid. You know what I'm saying? Get a certain environment that you're going to be in that you want to kind of, you know what I'm saying? You're going to want to turn this shit up. You know what I mean? If I'm going to the hood and I know the environment is on some straight grimy shit, I'm gonna project straight grimy shit. You know what I mean? Or even more so. You know what I'm saying? Just to fit into the environment. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting in the conversation. Niggas talking about cooking up some coke on the stove with that type of shit. I fit right in that I fit like hand in glove with that. You know what I'm saying? I know how to mirror what they expect me to be able to communicate with based on that. It depends on the environment. So I change my shit up. You see what I'm saying? And have fun with it, but be responsible with it. You see what I'm saying? Having this responsibility of this energy and knowing that if you go out of control with this shit, that shit can bounce back on you on some tenfold type of shit. So be mindful of the power that you hold, because being God, that comes, you know what I'm saying, great power comes with great responsibility. Like that Spider-Man. I think about constantly thinking about that, constantly just like making sure my heart stay pure with this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is one of my other things that I try to stay focused on, having my heart pure with my intentions, and when I you know what I'm saying, when I deal with individuals and shit like that, when I build with them, you know what I'm saying? So, but also having the scientific mindset like Dr. Doom right here and shit, always conducting experiments, seeing how far I can go with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Once I see I can go this way, I'm gonna go even more so. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep spreading that shit. So, but being responsible, man, it's fun. But with great power comes great responsibility. The power that we fucking with is all powerful. You see what I'm saying? It's only gonna build momentum. It's only gonna increase. But you know what I'm saying? Just be mindful of that shit. I would say that.
True. Cosmic Serpent.
Yes. So yeah, to kind of just build on that, on what the brother was talking about, you know, I think that if we're talking about morals, it also gives you a look into yourself. It gives you kind of a snapshot when something happens to you, or you decide to do something that may not sit well with you, or it gives you an uneasy feeling. I think that's also an opportunity to explore where you really stand on this path and what you really need to solidify. You know, brother Noon was just talking about self-initiation. You know, is there something that you need to do to claim to yourself, or to prove to yourself that this is something that you're actually working daily to get from? If it's still with you, I know, you know, family, religion, things that you've moved out of can still have a great effect on you, you know, in your path. And on this path, it's really, really important to explore that and dig it up at the root, to be able to say, this is not something that's still going to affect me, you know, in my workings. And it's not going to be something that 10 years from now I'm going to look back and say, you know, what have I done? You know, I think that I do exactly what the brother was talking about, exactly what Rogue Titan was talking about, you know, just making sure that I'm mirroring. So if I'm in a situation with someone, you know, and to me, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm inadequate in the situation, but I also want to be able to, you know, stay as a positive person in that person's eyes. I can go forth with mirroring what they believe, and, you know, what they're saying to me. So to keep that dynamic in my head, I'm always thinking, you know, this is all a part of my practice. Everything is, you know, there's not really any truth here. You know, we have people, and then the one thing also is that there's a lot of teachers and people out that will say that their way is the way, this is the truth, this is, and that's another form of control. They're trying to push those morals or those, you know, ideals on you, and that is something that is just another form of dogma, another form of control. So if someone tells you that this is immoral, this is going to, you know, hurt you in the future, this is going to affect you negatively, it's just another form of control, like you said. So absolutely, yeah, I agree with both of you 100% on those words.
Yep.
Excellent.
Hey, Ravon.
Yeah.
Before you start, I wanted to say this, bro. One of the things I will say that I do appreciate about society and the way it's set up to have you follow this moral code, for me, it provides ways to navigate through it and to use that control mechanism that they try to put on you to express your chaos energy in more ways, in more creative ways. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if it's trying to put order to us as chaos beings, right? So I look at that as put all that pressure they put you on to try to follow this code of ethics. I use the energy of that to express and grow even more potential with that shit and have unlimited potential and being able to be creative in how I express my chaos. And it's condensing chaos. And once that chaos energy, you know what I'm saying, starts to form up, it's going to explode and it's going to express itself in all facets of that individual's life. So that's how I can look at, I don't look at it necessarily as a negative. I look at it as a challenge. Testing myself on how am I going to navigate this sense of control that these beings, these individuals put me under. How can I navigate through that shit to make it benefit? And I feed on the energy, just tension and all that shit that it provides a person, all that pressure. I got to do this. I got to wear a uniform at work, right? Right. Man, I don't wear no motherfucking uniform at work. And they know it and they ain't gonna say shit about it. Why? Because they, you know what I'm saying? They under mind control. And not only that, they, you know what I'm saying? They know the energy that I'm fucking with. And I got sigils and all kind of other magnetic shit in the environment that's telling them motherfuckers to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay that nigga alone. I'm gonna let him slide with that shit. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. So, but I look at the control, you know what I'm saying? You can flip that. You don't necessarily got to look at it as a negative. Look at it as a challenge, because we all about challenging ourselves every day with this shit. So find that's some for an individual to look at and try to challenge themselves and see how can they flip that. You know what I'm saying? How can I flip that to my benefit and use it to strengthen my alchemy and my power going forward? I'm telling you, that's another way to look at that shit.
Well, I agree with that 100%. And what comes to mind is Emperor Palpatine, how he manipulated society. The whole construct of the Galactic Senate, the whole construct of what, you know, the Jedi had helped create within the Galactic Senate. And he manipulated all of their mechanisms that had been in place in this society to do what? To manipulate, to move the pieces of the board, the chessboard, to be able to challenge himself, to find new ways, creative ways. The most important thing is creative ways that you can create within this society's booby traps. Creative ways that you can utilize to manipulate, to challenge yourself, to grow. But that is the key. However, for the masses of people who can't do that, then yes, they're slaves. But for individuals who are Black Adepts, which is what we're discussing this evening, look at it as a challenge. Find new creative ways to manipulate society, manipulate the moral codes and conducts for your advantage, for your growth, and how you can manipulate this very system you're in to succeed on all levels, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. You should be able to work this system for your greatest advantage. If you're not able to do that, then you go back to being a slave. And that's what this whole focus is this evening, is challenging yourself to be the God you're supposed to be. And that, unfortunately, is within a construct for some that they can't, like the Matrix. And for others, we're the emperors and the rulers that are able to manipulate where we're in to be able to create a new way that's going to, you know, give you the power going forward to do what you will. And as Aleister Crowley always said, right? Do what thou will is the whole of the law. So think of that. It's what you will and how you will it. You either allow yourself to continue being manipulated, as we've been saying all night, or you the one who continues doing the work to manipulate where you're at. Now, this brings us to the second part, because I think this part is really important. Now, think of this. Balance. What is balance? What exactly is balance? Because I'm going to let Cosmic Serpent and Brother Rogue Titan go first on this part, and then I'm going to add my part after that. But before I do that, let me just say this, which Demetrius typed in here. He said, the Attack of the Clones, the movie Star Wars Attack Clones, was on yesterday. Emperor Palpatine was responsible for the conception of Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia. That dude is the poster child for Luciferianism. That's 100% correct. Now, Cosmic Serpent. Balance. Take it away. Balance.
It's a vital part of our practice, any practice, your life, your daily life. You know, it a lot of us go in head first a lot of times. I know I did. And you drown yourself in information that will consume you sometimes, you know, and you get to a point where you're saying, you know, I have to do something. And when you feel like you need a cleansing, or you feel like you need to be released from certain things, then you're not working within the balance. It's really important because balance is reflected in nature. It's reflected in spirituality and our practice as well. So having it within is just another reflection that you're doing your work properly. You know, I think that balancing life, if we're coming and talking tangible things, balancing life and your practice is something that is a fine-tuned art. Times it just depends on, you know, who's doing the practicing and how you're actually translating it into your life. I know that Brother Roll Titan was talking about, you know, being completely open with family and things like that, and, you know, being able to kind of come down on them if they were ridiculing him or saying anything adverse to what he was doing. And I think that living within balance kind of calms that a lot of times. It calms all of that. You don't necessarily have to you know, be one way or the other. Balance is also important to be able to push forward you know, push forward your mindset and your goals. You know, you can't be focused on one thing and not balance it out by having the adverse. It's just very, very important to have the dark and the light. It's not that we're walking a path that we don't know where we stand, but that middle path is the way, you know, to be able to incorporate both, to be a whole practitioner. You know, there's a lot of people that they claim to be 100% dark. I'm left hand path. I don't have any other, you know, wishes or anything else that's within me. But that's not the way. You know, we look at nature. We look at the balance between things that we do in our workings. You know, you always have to have elemental stability. You have to have, you know, two sides. There's two sides to everything. So balance, I think that it's just imperative that that is incorporated, because you won't be able to advance without learning how to incorporate it into every single aspect of your life, everything. You know, we all adhere to some sort of like we were talking about a code, but that has to be a part of that I am willingly doing this to balance myself, you know, and make sure that what I am projecting is not it's not one-sided. So balance is really, really important in that aspect as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can piggyback off of that, just being, because, you know what I'm saying, I got a home life. I'm married. I got 3 daughters. You know what I'm saying? And when I come home, you know what I mean, after dealing with the experimentation that I've done, you know what I'm saying, at work or whatever, so to speak, I come home, that's the balance, my home life, the mundane type of shit, just the everyday bustle and bustle with kids, being in school, being you know what I'm saying, husband to my wife, all that old fly shit, cleaning up, washing dishes. When I'm doing these type of things, the Luciferian or the Belial energy and I'm fucking with, I put that down, I put that aside. You know what I'm saying? All my spiritual shit I put to the side. So I'm just gonna dive in to being, you know what I'm saying, the human mundane type of shit. And I enjoy that because it, like I said, it provides the balance necessary for me to have the excitement when I get back to my spiritual craft and my work. It gives me even more you know what I'm saying, I'm just ready to jump back into that type of shit because I know Lord, I use my mundane life to give me new creative ideas on ways to do different things. You know what I'm saying? So when I go back to my spiritual practice, I have that much more excitement to, you know what I'm saying, put some new shit to work. You know what I'm saying? To see how it's gonna benefit me going forward. And then when I'm done with my spiritual shit, I dive back into my humanity just to see what it feel like to be, you know what I'm saying, to be human. You know what I mean? It's an experiment. It's an experience that I find necessary for us to deal with our alchemy. Being in the flesh, being gods in the flesh, or chaos beings in the order universe. It's beneficial if you know how to work with that energy and being able to differentiate between the two and know where you stand at psychologically between the two. You see what I'm saying? So balance and harmony with those two energies of being immortal, so to speak, spiritually, dealing with mortals, you're dealing with humanity and dealing with things of that nature, it gives me much more appreciation just for this whole human experience, just for the whole entire thing when it comes to life and death. It gives me that much more appreciation, just, you know what I'm saying, being human, dealing with different things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, knowing how to balance the two and separate them and know when to, you know what I'm saying, shut one off to get back to, you know what I'm saying, your spiritual work or vice versa. Because I know I've had, you know what I'm saying, I deal with work, my shadow work and shit like that, because I've dived into the spirituality that I incorporate in my lifestyle. And I know that I can become obsessive with the shit where I can deal with this shit too much and I might neglect being a husband to my wife. I might neglect certain things with my kids. I might not want to, you know what I'm saying, do homework with them because I'm downstairs doing a ritual or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I might be writing some shit out, doing the sigil when they bother me and shit. I'm like, look, man, daddy, get to that shit later. But not realizing that, and at that moment, it's necessary for me to dive into them and, you know what I'm saying, give them the time that they need from, you know what I'm saying, from what they expect from me as a father, not from what they expect from me as a Luciferian or, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. So I got to put that shit off to the side because I know that I could dive into this shit and I can be obsessed with it. I can be absorbed with it. And that could cause damage and with my, you know what I'm saying, my family dynamic. And that's not something that I want to, you know what I'm saying, that's not going to be beneficial to me. So I'm going to do everything within my life is going to be something that's going to benefit me, whether it's mundane type of shit, washing the dishes, or whether that's me doing my ritual work, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm planning my whole life and the way I do things and how I balance it, I'm preparing as if, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to exist outside the flesh when I'm done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? When I'm down here, when I'm in hell, when I'm in matter, this is when I'm, you know what I'm saying, this is where I'm practicing all my abilities, when I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, be able to do when I discard this body. You see what I'm saying? When I'm going back into the spirit, I'm going to be more well prepared, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate being, you know what I'm saying, having the balance and appreciate dealing with this type of shit, everything that this life provides, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause everything in this life that provides you is going to provide you a challenge, but it's up to you to, you know what I'm saying, how you're going to channel that challenge and how you're going to use that shit to incorporate in your lifestyle. So having balance, being able to differentiate between your spirituality and your regular mundane human existence is necessary and essential for you to understand and cultivate going forward with your work. But I advise people to be under some form of, do the subconscious reprogramming. First of all, you gotta, because we think different, we different. You see what I'm saying? So, but if you're gonna do something, when you diving into your humanity, when you just going to work, you should be under a form of self-hypnosis where if you just doing regular, everyday, mundane shit, doing just by the fact that you're doing them, it should give you some form of, you should get some nugget of wisdom in what you're doing and apply that shit to your spirituality. Apply that shit to your, you know what I'm saying, your black adeptness or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It could be some subtle, mundane shit, going to get some goddamn chapstick from 7-Eleven, but in that process, you might be doing that shit. You might see a license plate that got a number 657, and that 657 may incorporate to your gematria code that you created a servitor with that number, and they may be communicating with you to do some shit later on that night with your ritual. Some mundane type of shit. So like me, I'm under a form of self-hypnosis. When I go to certain places and I'm just not even thinking about that shit, unconsciously I'm getting all kind of different information coming my way when I'm just taking out the trash, going to get some socks in fucking Walmart, something stupid like that. But my lifestyle, how I balance it, I can get the most profound shit doing the most mundane shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I've learned to do with my own lifestyle, my own practice, whatever. But it's balance. Balance is key. Knowing you got to be human and be the husband, be the dad, knowing you got to put on those shoes, but also know that, you know what I'm saying, when to put your spirituality up, you know what I'm saying, ahead of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a dual nature. You know what I'm saying? It's a balancing act. You see what I'm saying? So it's a constant thing that you're gonna have to learn to deal with that shit. You know how to incorporate it and make that shit beneficial. That's essential.
All right, cool. Now, let me say my little 2 cents here. I am of a different mindset when it comes to balance. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean. To me, balance is bullshit, and I'm going to explain what I mean. By definition, balance is even distribution of weight. When you have an even distribution of weight, there's no movement, there's no energy that's flowing. It's going back and forth. It's just a stagnant state. When you look at the scales, it's a stagnant state. harmonious integration is what I mostly work with. Harmony is taking different chords, right, of music and making it sound under one sound, a harmonious sound. So if you take that concept and look at your life, for example, your life as a husband, your life as a wife, your life as an employer or employee or a boss or a business owner, or whatever the case may be, you're integrating different aspects of this, but keeping the continuous flow and never leading to a state of stagnant energy. Because when the scales are balanced, there is no movement or growth. Everything is balanced. And people commonly have this misconception that to be balanced means that you're growing, transforming. No, it just means you're just even distribution of weight. There's nothing fluctuating up and down. When you grow, your state of growth is in constant fluctuation. Chaos is supreme, right? So if chaos is supreme, it's never a time where you should ever really be in balance. I know this is contrary to what a lot of people may accept or believe, but this is just from my experience and travels and study. When you get to that point of even distribution, there's no more growth. It's just straight, stale, stagnant, no movement. You should be able to integrate the demonic aspect of yourself with the physical aspect of existing in this society with the different coats that you wear. You should be able to integrate the dark part of yourself with the light part of yourself. Not stop at any point and be stagnant in a balanced format or balanced way. So I understand what the concept of balance is, but I think overall, when you really look at it, it's about being harmonious integration with every aspect of your life. Because if we get to a point where there's even distribution, there's no movement, everything is still, where's the growth coming from? Where's the transformation coming from? Where's the fluctuation coming from? You got to be able to take every part of that and flow with it. I'll give you an example. In this book right here, right, this one, Luciferianism, Ego Sum, he makes a valid point. The author makes a valid point that the society we live in creates multiple personalities or schizophrenia a lot of times. The reason it creates that is because there's a different hat we got to wear for every situation, as Rogue Titan was saying earlier. But as he was saying in here, as a Luciferian, you should be able to wear one hat and just be able to fluctuate between all of them to never even fully give life to, okay, I can only be this in this situation or only be that in that situation. You always maintain that Luciferian mindset, even when you're doing, let's say, mundane things or not. Because when you start to divide, what happens is you start creating a schizophrenic mindset, which can then be, detrimental later. That part of the book really hit me when I was studying that. I was like, oh, wait a second. Because if you really look at it, how many hats each and every one of us have to wear? Hats. But you don't have to divide the hats. You integrate it into one perspective. You standing on the square and you just being able to do what? Put every hat on for every moment, but still being on the square. Still maintaining that one point directive as a Luciferian mindset or a Setian mindset. So you understand, I love this discussion because it lets all of us hear what our different mindsets are. And it lets us see from a different mindset where everybody's coming from. And it's good because not everybody's going to have the same concept when it comes to things. It's no right or wrong. It's just what you feel is your way, and you accept that to be what it is your way. You understand? So I love that we brought this up because when I saw the topic, I was salivating at that last part, the balance part. I was like, oh, I can't wait till that part comes out. I can't wait because I've been waiting to drop that part there. And that's just from my experience. And one of the individuals who basically helped shed some insight into that was when we had Bal Cadman on a show way back in the days, a couple years back. For those who know Bal Cadman, right, he went into that. And what's funny is because when he was saying that, I had always been thinking that in my life. And I was always saying, why is it that everybody wants to bring things into balance, right? But when you look at it, balance just is dead. It's a dead state. It seems like it's the right state, but it's a dead state. And he went really into that And he really went deep into that aspect of, he doesn't accept the balance theory. He said the balance theory is what keeps people not striving to be greater. He said the theory, he said, that he lives by is integration, harmonious integration for every aspect or facet of who you are. So anybody else want Cosmic Serpent, Rogue Titan? Anything else?
Go ahead, Cosmic.
No, I love that. I absolutely love that concept, because it makes so much sense. Like, being fluid within your stance is further strengthening your stance, because you don't have to take off a hat, put on a hat, change your faces. You don't have to do that. So the concept of balance, as being looked at as a stagnant state, is interesting, because it's just the fluidity of us being able to incorporate this into our lives anyway is something that is a part of the practice. It just, like I said, it just strengthens you. So looking at it as not having to scales that need to be, perfectly aligned all the time. There are no scales. That's really, really interesting. I love that concept. It's just to think of it as a kind of a dance that you are actually performing, day to day, no matter who you're faced with or what situation. That's almost kind of like why I like the imagery of a serpent. That's why I kind of like that, because you can move in and out, and you can weave and be able to conform to whatever without losing your shape. So I love that. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
You don't want to lose your shape, Cosmic Serpent? You don't want to lose your shape?
No, I don't want to lose my shape or my scales. You guys can't see me.
Just checking. We just making sure you don't want to lose that shape. All right. Rogue Titan.
Yeah, man, like, we chaos beings, right? So, and how I view the word balance, I looked at it as if it was like harmony. So I'm happy you brought that shit up, and you brought that, you know what I'm saying, how you broke that down. That's how kind of like how I look at this shit. It's just you broke down the etymology of this shit, and I appreciate you doing that, because, you know what I'm saying, if I'm a chaos being and I deal with chaos energy, I'm always in a state of flow. I'm always in a state of transformation. I'm always trying to break boundaries or whatever shape or form that they present themselves in, to express myself, to express that energy, and to spread it, you know what I'm saying, far and wide, and to keep building, to keep growing, you know what I'm saying? So that's very, very essential, and understand. I'm happy you broke that down as far as the etymology of the word, because being able to integrate that shit in your lifestyle is of utmost importance if you're going to be of any type of way, shape, or form productive on this path. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And just knowing that, you know what I'm saying, dealing with that chaos energy, you're going to want to be the center point of it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be the one that's putting order to the chaos that you give yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see me doing shit like this. You know what I mean? This represents Tiamat. You know what I'm saying? That's chaos energy. But I got that shit around my neck, and I'm putting order to the energy that I'm generating. You see what I'm saying? That's how I rock with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I might put the order to, you know what I'm saying, this chaos energy. I might use that shit to, you know what I'm saying, shape and mold a new ritual I might want to do this weekend or whatever, on the solstice or whatever. But just being the center point of your existence, and that's of utmost importance to understand at all times. You know what I'm saying? Make that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, that should be your mindset always. You know what I mean? Just as easy as your heart beats, just as easy as you breathe, and just as easy as you digest food should be as easy for you to maintain that mindset. You know what I mean? And you don't really have to even think about it. It just turns on naturally. It's activate naturally. So understanding that, you know what I'm saying, and understanding that using everything within your life and to incorporate that and integrate that with your, you know what I'm saying, with your harmonious existence is essential. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of niggas who talk, like to hear themselves talk about this shit, talking, you know what I'm saying, ain't really putting in the work, you know what I mean? So you don't want to separate yourself from individuals who just talking this shit into people that's actually walking and getting their hands dirty with this shit. Because, I mean, you can see that, you can know the difference between shit from pudding, you know what I mean? So you don't want to be that. So you want to, anybody that's just getting started with this type of shit, first and foremost, man, just understanding, like Verona talked about, understanding the etymology behind words is very essential, and it can clear up a lot of misconceptions between such words such as harmony and balance, because there's, you know what I'm saying, it's a difference, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to stay stagnant. you're gonna, because like you said, stagnation is death. That's nothing growing. You know what I'm saying? That's just still water. You know what I mean? So you want to stay. You gotta be deal with the chaos energy. You gotta stay moving. You know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid of that shit, because that's your nature. You a chaos being. That's the chaos energy. That's what this shit is. So you know what I'm saying? Wield the energy, shape and mold it, and put it to order into your, you know what I'm saying, how you see fit as the magician, and rock with that shit. Understand that you the one that's doing it. You at the center of this shit. You know what I mean? So that's important. But understand, like, it's only gonna build more and more momentum, man. I don't know what's going on with this shit out here, but I mean, I do, but I don't. It's a lot of, right now, it's the perfect time of all time for us to be doing this shit, because it's just, everything is just opened up. You know what I mean? Every day it's getting better and better with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
well,
right, anybody just start, go ahead. You better get with this shit, man. Get with it.
Well, you know, where were we? 1 week away from spring?
Yeah.
You know what time that is? It's on and popping season, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's been on and popping down here for a long time, but y'all about to get to the on and popping season up there, right?
Yeah.
That's the spring brings in a lot of that chaotic energy, okay?
Yeah.
Especially that seductive, sensual, sexual kind of energy, boy. It's on and popping, but you got to learn how to integrate that and not let it consume you. You consume it, because that those energies are going to ride high. You know, in spring, when spring comes, what happens in nature? You get a lot of mating season. Yeah, get the point, right? So you got to be able to ride high with that energy and not get consumed by it. But like the brother Duma, he understands as well the power, because of the school we came through, the power of etymology, as Brother Rogue Titan said. Everybody, you should do a study on etymology. Study the meaning, the root meaning of words and what they actually mean, because what you're being told it means is not necessarily what the individual who is using that language is trying to, you know, say it means. For example, they tell you to be nice, but what does nice really mean in the etymology? I'll do a quick thing here and I'll show y'all what it means, right? They tell people in society to be nice, right?
Yeah.
But what is it really? Okay, well, the etymology of nice,
Right.
okay, basically it comes from the word to be foolish, ignorant, or silly. Okay? They tell you to be nice, which means they're telling you to be ignorant or foolish or silly. So when somebody says, oh, you have to be nice. No, I don't, goddammit. Okay, because what you're basically telling me is if I'm nice, I'm being duped and played for a fool, because I'm being told that I have to be nice in society. Everything is about being nice. And they're manipulating these words to do what? They're manipulating it to control your mindset, to control what you believe, what you accept. So according to the etymology dictionary, nice means foolish, stupid, senseless, right? Coming from the old French nice, which means to be careless, clumsy, weak, poor, needy, simple, stupid, silly, foolish, on and on and on. So the next time somebody tells you to be nice, tell them to kick rocks. I'm not going to be nice. You understand? Because what essentially is happening is, if spells are words, and they are, right? Words are spells. They're used to create spells on people. Then what the real true etymology of the meaning of a word, when the sorcerer or sorceress or the magician is using it, they could be implying the etymology of the word, and we not realizing that are being spellbound because of what is being utilized or said or stated. You got to really pay attention to words and how they're used, because in the context that they're used can be either a spell or something else to hold you, control you, and manipulate you. So always keep that in mind when you go forward. If we don't do the study on words, especially English language, which is such a bastardized language because it takes from so many different languages to create its own languages. English has Latin words, it has French words, Greek words, Arabic words, all kinds of words in it. You understand? And it's difficult to really surmise sometimes what we're actually trying to convey because of that. So that's the importance of understanding, doing studies on words and languages. You know, always get to the root of it. All right. Let's see. Over here in the room, Demetrius says the Druids had a concept called constructive imbalance, like climbing a ladder. True. King Shango says constant change like the seasons. Up is down and down is up. Exactly. And Demetrius says, yep, sorcerer equals source hair or air, source air. All right. So keep that in mind as we go forward. All right, let's open up the room for questions now. Y'all ready for the questions?
Come with them shits. Keep my sword sharp. Just for this shit. Let's go.
All right, so first on the menu is Jimmy the Planet. Rakim, brother, are you there?
Why you call him Rakim?
Rakim, because he kind of resembles Rakim in a way.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
The old school rapper Rakim, he kind of resembles, when he sits a certain way, he looks like Rakim. The other times he looks like somebody else. So anyway, yeah. Plus he does music, so it's all good.
Okay.
Right.
All right, Jimmy, go ahead.
No, I don't have any questions, man. I'm just taking notes. I appreciate all the knowledge y'all got, man.
All right, brother.
Much love.
All right, appreciate it, brother. All right, let's go to KG. KG, why is it I can only see your head wrap when you're on? All right. Hi, KG.
Hi. I don't have any questions about the overall topic. I was just really taking it in and soaking it in. That's something I've also been working on this past year, getting rid of the old, set of morals, the Judeo-Christian set of morals especially. And I've also heard from other people the meanings of nice. I've looked up myself the meaning of witch and sorcerer and things like that. And it was a while ago, I don't remember, but either witch or sorcerer or warlock meant truth teller.
Mm-hmm.
Went far back enough, I think, to the Slavic meaning.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they change it to be something bad or someone who, so I'm working on a lot of that. And I'm still working. It's always a process. What you said about balance really resonated with me, Ravana Noon, because there was a time where I was okay. I didn't need anything right away. My needs are pretty much met. I was, not living overly, abundant life, but I was okay. I was good. But for some reason, something in me just felt like not irritated, but there's a lack of movement, and I had to learn something, or I had to start looking stuff up because something wasn't moving, and it was just I'm okay, I'm good. So why do I feel this way? So when you said that,
well, it's interesting you say that because commonly that's considered hitting the void. You hit a void or a moment of absolute nothingness. And it could either become the dead state of your existence or the transformational state. A lot of times in certain numbers, like when you get to certain number codes, 6 is the state of transformation or death. It could be either one. Remember, 6 can be inverse to a 9, completion, birth, right? And then it can be considered 6 dead state or moving or, transforming. Keep these things in mind, because when we get to a point where we feel stagnant, when we feel like there should be something more I'm doing, but I'm not doing it, you know what I'm saying? That's considered the void state of your spiritual path. That's a very fertile ground for either growth or just staying stuck. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's when I started down the darker path.
Right.
Right after that, that's when, I couldn't stay there because it just felt like, I was just.
Right. Well, I get you, because what happened to you is you actually took the steps for the transformation. A lot of people stay in that death state. They stay in that stuck state and they never transform out of that. And this is when you look at the masses of people on the planet, they reach the level of 5 or 6 and they just stay stuck. And they don't go anywhere else from there. They're content in being, let's say, they're content in being Nation of Islam for 50 years because they're knee deep in it. But they haven't grown since when they first got the first 1 to 120 lessons. You understand? They're still stuck there. or they got their Quran and they walked the path of a Sunni or a Shia, and they got the Hadith and their Quran, and the Imam or the Sheikh gave them some information, and then that's it. You just stuck there. This happens if you look across the board at religions. They get to a certain point, and that's it. There's no more growth or transformation after they reach a certain point. Now, if you ask your parents, let's say, or grandparents, why do you still go to church? A lot of them will tell you, if they're honest enough, that there's no more shit they can really learn on that path. They go there because of social camaraderie. They go there because it's a social club. They go there to hang out with people, because what else can the pastor, preacher, or reverend tell them about the Bible, or the imam can tell them about the Quran? Like, really, there's so much only that you can go over, and they're not going to take you to the mystical aspects of these scriptures. So they go there because it's a camaraderie. It's a social group. It's a social club. They're at that dead state. They're no longer going to seek spiritual growth. They're just content where they're at.
Actually, I have a little bit of a conversation about that, when I was looking at other things and with my mom.
Right.
And she said it was just because it's what she's done for her life, for her whole life. And that she had a friend who met, and I guess maybe she was going to be a priestess. I don't remember what path, but that her friend ended up running out of her house naked in the middle of the night because of what she saw. And I'm like, why'd she run from it? And then, I wanted some questions. I wanted to ask questions, but I knew my mom shouldn't be able to answer it. But
yeah, that like that commonly happens. Like my mom, she had left the church for years. So my mom's a very studious person. She's very intelligent. But I asked her, why'd you go back to church, Mom? You're like really intelligent. You're like way beyond what they're gonna teach you there. She said, I know a lot of what they teach is bull crap, but I only go there because it's I have friends and family that go there. So I go there for the, the family vibe, or the social club vibe. That's what I go there for. You understand? She doesn't expect to get nothing new because she studied the Bible herself and can do it on her own. You understand? But you did what a lot of people tend not to do, is you actually followed your spirit and kept going when you felt the state of voidness or uncomfortableness, where like, I know there's something more than this, but I need to find out. Some people just say, I know there's something more to this, but don't know what to do or don't go anywhere. They just stay there. You actually took the steps. That's why now, if you look back, you're going to start progressing more than where you were probably 6 months ago or a year ago. And when you look back another year from now, you're going to say, whoa, I've seen the development in myself because you took the steps.
I do look back sometimes at some old videos I used to watch, and I used to feel one way about them. I look at them, I'm like, all right, I feel different.
Right.
I do have a question for Rogue Titan. You mentioned Tiamat, I think. So,
Yes, I did.
I don't remember exactly what you said. Could you go back to that, if you don't mind?
Basically, what I'm saying, we all know that Tiamat represents like the great mother, what I'm saying? Chaos energy. I look at her as chaos energy personified, symbolic with the dragon. So when I work with her, basically with a lot of rituals that I use, she represents chaos, but I'm putting order to that chaos. So I'm gonna slay Tiamat as Marduk. Marduk, Belial, they correspond hand in glove for me. How I work with them. But basically what it is another form of Set slaying Apep. Putting the order to that chaos. You see what I'm saying? Putting the order to that chaos and that energy that I have, how I'm going to present it and how I'm going to utilize it. But it's me at the center point that's controlling. You know what I'm saying? That's another way of saying slaying the beast, or, slaying the dragon, so to speak. That's putting order to your chaos. So I put myself in a position of being Marduk and being able to, take that chaos energy that Tiamat represents and incorporate that within my magical practice. Give me power, we all know all power basically is chaos energy, but it's how we shape and mold it and how we wield it and how we express it is going to be the telltale sign on, how we're going to use this energy to be a benefit to your whatever practice you incorporate in your lifestyle, So that's always a reminder of me. So, I'm always the center point of my existence, but by being so, I got to put order to the chaos. You see what I'm saying? It's That's the mindset, you know what I mean? So that's how I use Tiamat, you know what I mean? Symbolically speaking.
Thank you.
Any other questions, KG?
On a different topic, I'd like to know if anyone works with the Grimoire of Tiamat, but that would be, I guess I'd send an email, or anyone work with it?
Yeah, I actually have it. I got the PDF, and I've read probably like a couple pages. It's a powerful ass book.
It is.
Now I can't wait to dive in more. I have like, man, I got so many damn books I'm reading. This is crazy. But that's one for damn sure. I could send it to you. I'm gonna make sure I still got that shit. I'll talk that shit and I'll look and that bitch might be gone, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna look for it later. Remind if you
I have it. I want to talk about working with it. I have the
she
PDF,
has it.
and after a while I had to get the book. So,
okay. Oh shit. There
but
you go.
but I realize that's it feels powerful. So I take my time. I've been taking my time with it. So I just want to talk.
Oh
about
yeah.
it. But I guess I'll shoot you an email or something.
Take your time.
Okay.
You can shoot Rogue Titan an email. You can shoot myself because I have the book as well and use it. So you can ask any one of us a question. I'm not
There you
sure
go.
if Cosmic Serpent does or doesn't, but I'm pretty sure on the sneak tip she deals with Tiamat. She is that kind of, she is that kind of Tiamatish energy over there. So
Most definitely.
also you could, communicate with Cosmic Serpent as well. So any one of us you could hit up, all right?
Thank you.
Yep. And on over here in the chat room, Demetrius put the link for the Grimoire of Tiamat. It's over here in the chat room for anybody who wants it.
Oh,
All right. Let's go to, let me see, hold on, let me flip this. All right, let's go to, my brother Necro Cannon. I didn't see you sneak in here. I did actually, I'm just tripping. Anyways, what up, bro?
Greetings. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So first off, I just want to say it's excellent so far from everything of what I heard in the discussions, because it's just really being mindful of your thoughts, your intentions, your actions, taking full responsibility of what your intentions and actions are, being mindful of those around you, for one, of who you A, are manipulating, and or B, are not manipulating. Also within just really learning yourself. When you meet individuals that you're having issues with, you have to look inside yourself to see, okay, what is it about me that's conflicting with that? Once you deal with that, that individual will fall sway underneath your consciousness, and then always flow and adapt to different consciousnesses that you intercept. So such as you were saying, which is yourself, and I do, once there's certain individuals that I'm around, I'll adapt to their level of consciousness, so that way I can learn what I need to learn from them, or teach them what I need to teach them from the area of where I'm at, and then continue to grow from there. Never reach a point of stagnation or a point where you do not feel like you're not growing, because as a Luciferian, you're always supposed to assimilate all information that is best for you, for your own growth. And just as we were, excuse me, just as it was said beforehand in other videos, there's going to be some stuff that you like. There's going to be some stuff that you don't like. If you don't like it, good. That means that you have a disagreement. That's something that you can grow from. If you do like it, good. That's something that you're vibing to. So that's something that you can grow with as well. So just basically to sum all of that up together, excellent, very excellent. That's all I can say.
Thank you, brother.
You're more than welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, let me say this here. Jeremy in the chat room says, I don't know if anybody has the Luciferianism Alter Ego book by Richard K. Page, but there's a ritual at the back of the book. I've done the ritual, and it's really nice, really good. It's a chakra ritual for Luciferians. So it has a Luciferian concept to working with it. Check it out if you get a chance. He suggested December 25th or the day of your birthday, but you could work it on any day, because me, I don't follow all just with the planetary alignments. I control them suckers. So you do what you do. If you want to wait to the 25th or work for your birthday, it's all good. I work it whenever, and then I work it on those days as well. but try the ritual. If you have the book, do it. It's really good. All right. Let's go to the brother Pedro up here. See if the brother Pedro got any questions. Brother Pedro, oh, he rubbing his hands. He got a question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
No, I don't really have any questions. It's something I wanted to share. This past November, Thanksgiving weekend, I was actually reading Anton LaVey's book. I don't know if anyone read that book, but I had a conversation with my dad that really it just really bothered me that because of my prior military experience. My dad told me, oh, because of everyone knows what you did, you're basically a slave to a perception of what people perceive that a soldier's supposed to be, like, which they're right.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just like, I'm not this white knight, like super noble, like hero all the time. Like, I'm really not. Like, they trained us to kill people. We got to do some, there's a lot of like, grimy shit that goes on in the background. And I'm not this like, super high level moral character guy, all the time. I mean, like, yeah, there's a certain level of morals and ethics that you have to have. But it's just like, my dad, he literally tried to tell me, oh, you're literally a slave to how other people perceive you. And, that's mainly part of the reason why I'm here, because it really pissed me off, to be honest with you. And
I feel you. But you know what's interesting about that, Pedro, though? In the fact that he pissed you off led you to what you're doing now. So in a way, it serves a purpose. You understand what I'm saying? Because it got you to really like listen, really introspect, take an introspection about that and say, yo, let me check this. Let me really check these things out and really figure this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it works. It can work like that. Sometimes things people say could spark you to really walk your path. And I think that's what happened to you.
No, most definitely, because I was listening to your lecture the other day about about balance and how I made the rookie mistake of working with this and then working with that, and I was just being what they call the the spiritual crackhead, where I was just like kind of like all over the map. And yeah, you know what I mean? I was just all over. I was working with this chakra this and that chakra that, and I'm meditating on this deity on this day, and then I'm doing a candlelight ritual on that day, and I was just everywhere, and I got so frustrated because it's like jack of all trades, but master at none.
Yep.
And I almost gave up and ended up going right back to the right hand. Try praying. Try on New Year's, try to do the praying Christian thing. Well, that didn't work out because look where I'm at. I'm right back over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just started seeing saw the hypocrisy. Like earlier today, we had they had a little service. And they came over for lunch, and a dude, one of the church service guys really came up and was like, "Oh, Pedro, well, you look like you drive a Cadillac." And I'm like, I wasn't really sure how he was going. I mean, I kind of took it as a compliment, but I kind of didn't either. You get what I'm saying? And it's just the hypocrisy of this whole hand thing, and this is why I'm here.
And yeah, you listen to your call. You're here now, and sometimes when we try to go back to those things, like I think Michael W. Ford said in one of his books, once you've walked this path for even a little bit, it alters your life for good. You're never going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Never going to be the same. So appreciate that, brother. Anything else?
That's really about it. Like what really brought me here was there's this what I notice what goes on in society a lot is this over moralism, extreme moralism.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what brought me here, where it's just like a lot of people, like to hide behind moralism as, as excuse for just, being a coward, or just, they use it to to manipulate. It's like, oh, well, Pedro, you were part of the military, so, you have to be this way. But, when they're not around, you can't call them out on their bullshit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
That's
that's
the fake coats that people wear to live into society, and you're right, 100% correct on that, bro. Yep.
yeah, because the same dude that brought me to church, you turned out to be one of the biggest pillheads of the community. And it's just like, I found out about that, and it just, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's how it happens, though, bro. So you correct. All right, bro. Appreciate that. Let me go to King Shango. He's had his hand up for a minute. All right, appreciate it, bro. King Shango, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Chilling, brother.
I had this question, all right? It was about most people, because most people, they follow a routine, or they pretty much do like the same similar thing, right? So my question was, is it possible that a lot of people are just like running simulations like over and over and over again until we catch up to that part that we're supposed to be at, because if you are full of the knowledge and the power, you know what I'm saying, then you understand that our minds and our bodies, we have to feed them right. Not just, like all vegetables and stuff like that, but you have to take care of your brain and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, it's still like a quantum computer.
Right.
It breaks everything. It breaks down the information, and then it feeds things.
Right.
It feeds you know what I'm getting to, but
Yeah.
yeah. So my next question would be how do you think the perception of like the whole tends to come down on, like specific people, like here and there, let's say, oh, you're on a different path than what these 12 people are right here. So
Right.
if these 12 people can get together, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to like work against you to like turn you against yourself, period?
All right. So let's do this. Let's deal with the first part of your question. The first part of your question was basically,
people real.
yeah, well, most of us are living a lot of people are living a certain cycle in life, and they keep living this cycle till they finally understand the lesson. In other words, what I mean by that is there's a lesson that repeats, right? And we don't get the lesson the first time, so you
like the Kali Yuga, not to cut
yes,
you off, but the
exactly.
Kali Yuga, like when she asks, are you nice or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And if you say yes, I think she like opens up her robe.
Yeah.
You get to come in.
Yeah. So basically, most people in society are gonna keep living a vicious cycle of life till they finally graduate the lesson they're supposed to learn. They keep doing this over and over and over. And if you look at the masses of people, you ask yourself, why the hell this person ain't never learned this shit? Like, yo, dude, you like 55 years old and you're still repeating the same mistake from 16 years old. It's because they never graduated from learning the lesson to break the cycle. Once you break the cycle, it's almost like you're breaking free from the matrix. See, the whole cycle of life is a repetitive cycle that all of us had to be under to break eventually. It's go to school, work, you got to have this, that, X, Y, Z, and then you learn your little lessons.
Oh, it's like making a diamond, like the constant pressure.
Exactly.
You know how like they say you need a certain amount of heat, and you have to leave it in the heat for so long before it gets pure and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like an alchemical process. So once you get to that point, then you begin to break free and create a new cycle that you're going to be living, but it's going to be controlled by you now. Like when you made mention of, having a healthy diet and different things like that, your brain, your mind right, which operates through the brain, is a very important aspect. Every part of us and our existence has to be analyzed. When you deal with the occult anatomy, for example, or you deal with the mind and the brain, which sits in the head, which is basically the facilitator to receive thoughts from the mind, right? The mind is sitting in like a reservoir, and it's just there that we all pull knowledge and information from. If your mind, I mean, your brain has magnetic particles. This is something that is really important to understand. If you have a certain diet, more so when you eat some alkaline foods, it magnetizes the particles in your brain, which helps you actually bring into existence things by attraction. You're magnetically attracting things to you. So you eat a certain diet that's going to magnetize the particles within your brain. All of us have these particles. There's different levels of particles that we have. Some may have more, some may have less, depending on, for example, if you surround yourself with a super amount of electronics, you can get an overload of electronic energy and you get massive headaches. Sometimes that's a magnetic particle dying out. So you have to take a break from that in order to bring life back to it. So, I mean, there's a lot of little different things like that, but you have to analyze and study every part of yourself to bring yourself into a higher state of existence to receive higher states of knowledge.
So okay. So you're pretty much saying to look at it as like the science experiment, and I'm the one doing it, and I have to but you know how like when you do a science experiment, you make
Right.
the observations day by day as to what works and what doesn't work, what goes with what and what doesn't mix.
Right, exactly. Brother Rogue Titan or Cosmic Serpent, chime in.
Cosmic, man, I ain't heard you in a while, man. I need her to say something. For real. Where's she at?
She right up there she up there somewhere.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I'm just taking it in. I'm just enjoying the bill, listening to what the brother was saying about fuel and being able to be in charge, being the scientist and being the creator of all of this. Just remembering that you're the center point, that anything can be molded and shaped within your reality because you've created it. It's all subjective, but it's real to you. So whatever you've been through or whoever you're standing beside, no matter what, whatever you create is reality. So yeah, great question. I'm just taking in what you brothers are saying. It's definitely beneficial to growth. So I do think that you can feel that power when you do take when you do take it and actually claim it. Definitely. I love
And
it.
I'll say this too, man. Like everything that life provides you, everything that you manifest into your existence can be utilized for your alchemy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I look at physical life in general, is just to go through the alchemical process of transformation, using, everything within this material existence and taking it and, shaping and molding it to apply it to yourself in some way, shape, or form that you find necessary to fuel your growth. But by maintaining that scientific mindset and just going about your everyday lifestyle is essential in being able to pick up on the subtle nuances of what life provides, and what you manifest from your subconscious mind, It is all subjective, but like she said, it's real to you because the mind is all and the universe is mental. But having that scientific mindset, and if you just look at life in general as an alchemical stage that you going through, to take your shit to the next level when we outside the flesh, go about your shit like as if you're going to exist outside once this body drop, to do even more awesome shit in whatever realm that you create for yourself, So by maintaining that scientific mindset and looking at this shit as an alchemical process in general, just being in flesh, that spirit is essential. And you can't help but benefit and grow from that, So that's a good question you brought up. I appreciate you doing that shit, bro.
Oh shit, no problem. I like them them figurines in the back, man. They look
Oh,
real
no
nice.
doubt. Oh yeah, man. This is. Next time I'm gonna show y'all the rest of them. I got a bunch of shit down here, dog. Yeah, I fuck with all kind of energy, man. So it's just a part of my repertoire. You know what I mean?
All right, I feel you.
Yep.
All right. What was your second question again, brother? Don't tell me you forgot too. Cause I forgot. All right. If you don't remember, we'll come back to you. All right.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All
I
right.
know it was something about perception.
Oh yeah. Okay. The way
I think it
people
was
look at
about.
you, right? Is
No,
that
I
what
think
was
it was
asked?
like, could other people, like somewhat, if it was like a group of people, could other people, pretty much like influence you
Yeah.
to go way off track? I said if it was like 12 people and just little old you over here, and you know you going down your road, and then you had these 12 people working together to bring you in.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what I was
that
saying.
easily can happen. I mean, it sometimes only takes one person to influence you easily. You understand? They have something you want. They have whatever you've been looking for, and you get influenced by them, and they can alter your own thoughts. It can alter your own perception on things. It's very easy. It happens every day. I'll give you an
So
example.
then,
Watch TV. That's mental manipulation at its finest, and it's just one. It could be a actor, or it could be a, you know what I'm saying? That's mental
yeah.
manipulation and perception being altered all the time. All right.
So in the sense that, yeah, so in the sense it becomes a form of mind control.
Yeah, easily. I mean, the media, mass media, and the social media,
Hmm.
very easily, especially the mass media, is the high level of mass. I mean, a high level of mass mind control, done all at once. I'll give you an example. Okay, y'all saw, when was it? Yesterday, right? The bombing in New Zealand, right? Right, the mosque got bombed in New Zealand. Some of y'all might have seen that. Notice they shifted your attention from what's going on here with your
Yeah, with
boy
the
Trump
riots.
and everything else and all the stuff happening here. They shift your attention somewhere else. And everybody gets emotional. And what's the first thing they say? Pray for New Zealand. Okay, listen, your prayers ain't gonna
Yeah, they
do a
said it
goddamn
involved
thing.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. People's prayers ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Your damn money that you think you're sending to help people there, they're pocketing that shit and taking it somewhere else. So, but it's mental manipulation at its finest, because they shift your emotions from what's going on
Put you
here or
in the
what's going
boat.
on with your personal life. Now you're distracted and worried about, oh my God, they got bombed. See, they do this all the time. How them being bombed over there, how close is it to your personal life? It's not. That's way over there on the other side of the planet. That's over there
Yeah.
in the Pacific, right?
Yeah.
Southeast
Because
Pacific.
when I
That's
wake
way
up, I
away from
might
you.
not think about it. I might not think about it right away, so it's not relevant, really.
Exactly. So that's just
And
an
I don't have to
example.
deal with it.
Yep. All
Okay.
right, bro. Appreciate that.
All right, no problem.
Yep, yep. All right, let's go to my good friend Divine Diamond, who's in the dark. Divine
Hey,
Diamond, what's
hey.
good? How are you?
I'm doing good. Everything I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You know, all the knowledge, I'm soaking it in. What really hit home was harmonious integration, because I've noticed, like, you know, the deeper I get into the Luciferianism and, you know, left hand path, stuff like that, it's like the more chaotic things get, and it's like I'm being taught how to use my powers and, you know, be able to um allow, man, how can I say it, like, be able to,
Express it.
I don't know, well,
Wield it.
Self.
Live it.
yeah, be able to actually live it,
Hmm.
because, man, like, I don't know, I don't be scared, but it's like at the same time, I be thinking about, like, you know, what's gonna happen afterwards. So I don't know. Maybe it is like a little fear. So when you talk about moralism, it's like, you know, having to reprogram my subconscious mind to, you know, kind of like remove certain ways of how I feel to be able to really go full throttle with the powers that I do have. Because like it's like so much going on, being able to kind of handle it all at the same time while remaining calm and still having that Luciferian mindset, you know, is kind of like a challenge. So I think that I'm to the point where I'm learning how to, you know, use my powers effectively without being so, I don't know, fearful, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you do know because you're saying it.
Mhm.
You do know.
It's just like, I don't know. When everything started going chaotic, I'm like, man, what the hell, you know, like what the fuck? I gotta step back and figure out how I'm gonna handle this.
Okay.
Because I know you're not supposed to stay stagnant, but at the same time, you don't want to make the wrong move. You know what I'm saying? You want to be mindful. You want to handle everything from a rational standpoint.
True. Let me ask you this, Divine Diamond. Let me ask you this. When did the chaos begin? Did it begin before you did a ritual or after you did a ritual? I'm just asking.
Before the ritual.
Okay. Since have you done the ritual yet?
I done the ritual like 2 days ago, and man, I felt like I was a warrior goddess for real doing the ritual.
Okay.
So like it boosted my confidence, it boosted my power after the ritual.
The reason I'm asking is because normally before you're doing a ritual, your mindset's already geared into what's about to happen. Sometimes it's either before or after ritual, chaos hits your life. There's a reason for that. Because you're taking a transformation. The ritual is supposed to start transforming you. So whatever is supposed to be shaken in your life is gonna start being shaken. Everything is gonna become topsy-turvy, especially when you deal with Kali and Lilith. That ish is gonna flip your world upside down so fast you're gonna be like, what the hell just smacked me? What the hell just hit me? The reason why that does that is, remember, both of them have that very destructive, chaotic energy, but it's not destructive in a sense that it's destroying things for no good. It's destroying things for a reason. It's destroying it to change it, to transform you, and getting rid of things you might not need. So although it may look like what you had discussed with me, although it may look like that's negative, it may open the door for something better on the other side. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta keep that in mind. And Cosmic Serpent, interject, because you dealing with a lot of that demonic energy with, you know, Kali and Lilith and stuff like that. So share.
Yeah. It's when you do set out, it depends on what ritual you're doing, but I just noticed that in the beginning, when I initially started working with the energy, things in my life that had been stagnant for a long time that I had just been pushing to the side, blanketing, throwing a blanket over, or just ignoring because they weren't blowing up, all just started manifesting themselves as these crazy things that I had to deal with, I had to focus on. You know, they were not going to stay hidden in the shadows anymore. There were things that I had been not dealing with for a long time. And I did notice that my life went completely crazy. At one point, I can say that, you know, working with the energy of Lilith invited into my life almost enough for me to say, why am I being punished? And then I realized that this is exactly her nature. You know, this is exactly her nature, to make you uncomfortable to the point of feeling like, not that you have to run outside, because normally what people do is externalize that, you know, they point the finger or blame someone else or what's going on or why is this happening to me? But she is bringing that energy in to teach all of us that, you know, we have all the faculties, we have all the energy and the power that we need to be able to overcome this, even if we've been ignoring this issue for years, you know, and that will, your life will become a complete reflection of exactly what's going on in your practice and in your movement with the goddess. It really does. I just go back and read my journal entries from a long time ago, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, you know, I had a lot going on at that point, and it just definitely strengthened me. So it's all about when you find groove, when you find your groove, the things aren't going to stop happening. Things aren't going to stop happening. It's going to get less and less intense for you, and you'll be able to say, you know, I can control the swing. I know the pendulum is going to go back and forth, so I can control that momentum, but it's never going to stop, because working with these goddesses is purposely digging your life up from the root and turning that soil over. So I'm there with you. I understand. And it almost turned me off from working with this energy at certain points, but I think that just the energy that I'm picking up from you now is just, you're so strong. You know exactly what you're doing. You already know what you're doing. So, you know, I congratulate you for sticking it out and staying with the course, because yeah, you'll feel like you're being punished, but you're not. You're just revealing yourself to yourself, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I think I got one more other question. So like when people try to challenge you, how do you destroy them in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Like like through rituals, you know, or like how do you go about that? You go not make a public scene, but you know, you destroy them at home within, you know, within on, you know, something like that. Like how does that go?
Mm-hmm. And when you say challenge you, do you mean challenging like your beliefs, or just challenging you as a person? Like, do you mean physically? Tell me what you mean.
Challenge me as far as practical matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like try to mess with my money, or you know what I mean, my foundation or something. Like how do I destroy, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what I'm
Fuck them up.
Fuck them up, you know, that's my mentality. But in a sense, you know, like Rogue Titan was saying, you have to know, you know, you can't just, you know, just be doing shit, because it can backfire.
Right.
So how do you do it in the correct way, you know, because the mindset is to destroy, but how to destroy it?
Right. It's one thing I will say, and this is just, you know, we're on here between me and you. We can connect on some things personally, like, you know, email.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would love to talk about that. But you know, it just depends on the energy that you get surrounding it to say what needs to be done in this situation. You know, if you're talking about the current of money, if you're talking about the energy that's surrounding your money and how it's affecting you and affecting your family, you know, I actually, the type of practitioner I am, you know, I stay in my own lane. I just exude respect to every single person that's on this path. If you come across me and you see me in public, I might bow to you, I might love you, hug you, whatever. But if I feel personally attacked, then there's always a device for retaliation that doesn't involve me getting my hands dirty. You know, there's always we can, and then it's really important also on this path for you, especially starting out. Your astral strength and your protection needs to be solid, tight, 100%, no questions asked. Like, you need to be strong, standing on your own 2 feet and grounded, rooted like a tree, that nothing is going to retaliate on you or come back to you. You know, I noticed you said something earlier. It's possible. You're too powerful for that. So it's not possible. It can't affect you. So, you know, and please email me so we can talk about something.
Okay, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sound like some conspiracy theory going on here. Gotta watch y'all too closely. Y'all gotta watch y'all too closely now.
I like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rogue Titan. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, like, I love tension. I love the moment where somebody say if they were to challenge me, because I'm like, I'm gonna destroy that. I get amped up when that happens. I don't. When those situations are, you know what I'm saying, when they manifest themselves, I look at it as if I manifested this scenario for me to flex on my warrior type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it as happening by accident. I'm in control of my reality. So anything that manifests, it's within my subconscious mind to take, you know what I'm saying, to manifest. So when those opportunities come up that I present myself with through individuals that challenge me on something, I'm on it's multiple ways. I straight up I embarrass him. I love public displays of just embarrassing somebody. Like I could verbally just like all 72 goetic motherfuckers to jump in and being able to just you know what I'm saying, use this, you know what I'm saying, use all of it. The Necronomicon, I could just fuck somebody up psychologically. I've embarrassed people in front of their girlfriends and shit like that. It's just I love that type of shit. But more so out of just outright just destroying them psychologically, mentally, get them to see. I'm into gaslighting and using NLP tactics to get them to question their whole existence, to get them to question what they believe about themselves. You know what I'm saying? What they were led to believe about anything. You know what I'm saying? But more so, I get more joy out of mind controlling people. So, say for example, the reason why I don't have these different scenarios pop up because anybody that's in my life that I deal with, pertaining to money, pertaining to just my occupation, whatever, they're under a form of mind control. So whatever they're doing is what I want them to do anyway. So I'm already psychologically manipulated everybody within my reality to not, you know what I'm saying, bring up situations like that, not to come try to fuck up with anything that I'm doing in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it's all kind of different. You can use binding rituals. I mean, there's no limitation to what you can do to, you know what I'm saying, get a motherfucker to, you know what I'm saying, stay over here, stay over there, or to, you know what I'm saying, elicit certain emotions for them to come at you because you know what I'm saying, you gotta challenge yourself, you know what I mean? I might go,
right.
You know what I mean? I love fucking with niggas who, Hebrew Israelite niggas, you know what I mean? I can go up in there, I know the story, I can get up in there and talk with them, but a lot of them don't even know they talking to, you know what I'm saying, to Satan themselves, you know what I'm saying? I can mirror them everything that they believe about the white man and Yeshua coming back and all that shit. And I'm eating that shit up because I am Yeshua. I put myself in that position, but I've had opportunities for where they, you know what I'm saying, I let them motherfuckers know I'm rocking with the sigil of Lucifer or something. They'll see it and they won't say shit. And I project the fear in that shit, and I'm challenging them on the spot, and they won't say nothing. So I know for one that motherfuckers are scared of this shit. You see what I'm saying? And I take full advantage of them being fearful, especially of a nigga that's rocking with this shit so flamboyantly and arrogant with this shit. There's no smoke when it comes to that shit. Once you see a motherfucker psychologically afraid of it, I mean, they're in the palm of your hand. You know what I'm saying? So, and they stay over there. It's just like a rabbit in the presence of a wolf. You know what I'm saying? That rabbit ain't got to go run up on no wolf. He gonna run and be scared. He trying to survive. It ain't a reptilian mindset, reptilian brain. So I shape and mold that shit. So you wielding this energy, if you want to, you can aim that shit to use it for whatever purpose you want. If you don't want no motherfucker to fuck with you with this shit, they won't.
They're not going to.
Okay.
Divine Diamond, let me ask you this.
Huh?
Is this pertaining to that situation?
Yeah, my job. They put me on tour 3. Well, that's what they call it at the post offices. They go by tours, which is second shift.
Okay.
And so it's under a different supervisor, and put me all the way down to 20 hours a week now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, everybody here, you need to contact everybody here because we're all three going to give you different things to work with to get this done. But I can, like Brother Rotaya said and Sister Cosmic Serpent, you can manipulate this situation to get what you want out of this situation. Don't let them make you feel don't let them make you feel like they're taking away from you. Say, okay, I'm gonna take this time. Okay, you got less time on work now, right?
Right.
So you're gonna take this time to flip it on them and get more of what you wanted from this situation. So okay, they reduced you for a second, but when we're done sharing stuff with you, you best believe you probably gonna get double what you had before and them same hours and everything else. All right.
Okay.
So always
Thank
remember,
you.
you're not at anybody's mercy. You are putting people under your mercy, under your spell. Whoever it was, you got the power, you got the charm, you got the voice, you got all of that. Cosmic
Yes.
Serpent will teach you how to use that shit on your benefit. I'll share
Yes.
share
Okay.
with you some real dark rituals, some necromancy stuff, and other insights on that. And so will Brother Rogue Titan. So you're not at their mercy;
Okay.
they're at your mercy. From this day forth, from this minute forth, keep telling yourself they're at my mercy. They're gonna pay for what they did.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
And there's one thing I just wanted to say before we left. I've been through situations like this, but once you start feeling your power and feeling yourself, as soon as they dropped your hours, it's gonna click to you. I'm not gonna be at work, so I'll have time to do this. I'll have time to do this.
Okay.
Maybe to advance me in the position that I'm in. Maybe it's clearing your schedule up for somebody else to contact you with a better opportunity.
Yep.
You know, it maybe
Okay.
it's giving you time to focus in mentally on your boss to just mush that mind and get whatever you want. You know,
Okay.
yeah, anything.
All right.
Yeah. So you.
Okay. I
Let me
got
say
you. I
this.
got you.
If you show up on Thursday night, if you're able to show up Thursday night, we're gonna go into the vampiric thing. There's a ritual, the vampiric ritual. You can actually manipulate their minds and get what you want immediately. Trust me, I tell you. People who've done this, they know. People who've been studying vampire magic, you can tap into your boss's dreams, your supervisor's dreams, and plant in there what's supposed to happen. In a day or two, you're gonna see them. They're gonna say, "Yeah, well, we thought about it. We made a mistake." Well, I'm telling you, just stay in touch with everybody. You'll see. You'll see. All right.
I got you. Thank
Hey.
you.
All right. You're welcome. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think I got one more other question.
Go ahead.
And it's about vampirism. I know on one of the videos, Rogue Titan was saying that empaths make the perfect vampires. Like, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. Like, because we're, you know what I'm saying, being empath, natural empath, we're open energetically. We feel like our feeling is intensified when we're dealing with another person.
Yep.
But those feelings, just so we basically plugged into the central nervous system, right? So most empaths, like they don't incorporate the vampiric aspect of it. You can absorb that energy, and easy. It's like a switch. It's like a click in the mind. You can take your mindset from being like feeling sorry for a person into being like a predatory spiritualism mindset step in, where you taking that opportunity because they you know what I'm saying, to take that energy into yourself. Like whatever they going through, whatever situation they coming at you with, you know what I'm saying, they just want to vent about some shit at work. Take that energy in. You know what I'm saying? Instead of feeling bad.
Feed it.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm just wondering because I'm very empathic, and I didn't I didn't, like grasp the concept of what you meant by that. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, because think about it. Because most people, natural empath, they, you know what I'm saying, when they're dealing with a person they're gonna bring them down. Their energy is gonna be down. They're gonna feel drained.
Yes.
You got a choice to make. You got a choice to either let that person vampirize off of you because you're an empath, or you gonna take that energy and empower yourself. Because it's always an energy exchange when you're having a conversation and communication in general. So if you had that mindset, I'm gonna benefit from this, from me being an empath by taking this energy that this person is presenting to me, instead of feeling drained and down and picking up on somebody's thought forms of having lack and not having no confidence or whatever the conversation was about. You have a choice to make. You see what I'm saying? You either eat or get ate.
Right.
It's really that simple.
Right.
Thank you. Are they gonna eat off of you? You know what I'm saying? For real.
True.
Nobody eating me. Fuck that. No problem.
All right. Appreciate it. Any other questions?
That's all. I'm good.
All right, so let's see who's next on the menu. Let's go to Darkness Bay. Darkness Bay, what's good, brother?
What's happening? What's happening?
What up, Doc?
What up, though? Wonderful chat tonight as I'm sitting here watching football. This AAF football league is pretty good. Anyway, I was feeling what Roll Titan was saying earlier about being able to mess with your environment. I'm saying it wrong, but I'm not saying it how you said it, but it got me thinking. I've been good at that. Like pretty much my whole life is, meshing into my environment, whatever environment you put me in. Eventually I'll become that environment, but I won't lose myself. You know what I mean? You know how some people, especially black people, they'll get a job with white people, and then next thing you know, it's them. You know what I mean? You can't tell them from anybody else. Like that's never been me, and that's just something naturally I've been able to do. But now with this, with these, with vampirism and learning about that, and starting to do rituals and learn how to feed off of energy, and not feeling bad about feed off people's energy. Like it's going to be interesting to see how I'll begin to do as I go into different environments with the knowledge that I have now. This is pretty dope stuff. You guys actually giving me an idea of rituals just listening to Divine Diamond. You guys, talking to her. I come up with some ideas for rituals I could do. But I don't think I got any questions. Just that was my little comment I had, and this stuff is coming all together. I went back and I listened to the Sith sorcery lectures you did, Ravana, and I was trying to put all this stuff together and continue to create, the life that I want and become the being that I'm supposed to be. Know what I mean?
Feel you. We feel you, son. We feel you.
I'm definitely interested in that old town gig. I definitely want to try to make it to that.
Okay.
I got on with the airline, so getting there won't be a problem. I just got whenever you roll out the date, I'll figure out whether I can make that or not.
All right. Hopefully, we're gonna try to do the event here in Orlando towards like Memorial Day weekend, 3-day weekend, which gives people an extra day, so they don't gotta rush back and stuff. So, but I'll confirm it if people let me know by next Sunday, then I can lock stuff down and really confirm it shortly after that. All right.
For sure.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
When is Memorial Day?
May 29th, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.
All right, let's go to where's my brother Duma? Duma in the shadows. Duma, what's good, brother?
Hey, what's good with everybody?
Chilling.
Cool. I had a question and I had a comment. My comment was I think people get stuck in the whole concept of morality because of where we've been conditioned, whether with religion, school, politics, whatever may have be. And I think sometimes we get bogged down by that. My question is, how do you unplug from some of the ritualized morality that we've been given through these institutions to better scope our own individual paradigm, so have you?
Take it away, Ro.
You want to hit that up?
Nope. You got it, bro.
Nah, bro. Go ahead, dog.
Cosmic Serpent, you got it. Cosmic Serpent look like she meditating, floating.
No, oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm listening to the brother. You know, using your own discernment. We keep saying that word, but still using your own, using your own, your own path. You're set on the path that you're on for a reason, and growth in any aspect is just what is already set up for you, that's there. So I do think that it's important for you to always be, evolving and moving in whatever path you choose, or whatever aspect of the path that you're on you choose. So yeah, yes, absolutely. Brother, what do you have to say to that?
I look at it like, what I'm saying, these forms of limitation that society provides, I look at it as if it's a cancer. And my body not accepting no motherfucking cancer. I'm rejecting that shit. That shit don't exist for me. That shit can't take form or root within my environment or within my mind frame. So I psychologically go through different rituals where I look at any shape or form of religious indoctrination that I may have picked up somehow, growing up, or just a religious mindset, period. I go through my subconscious mind as if I'm one of those sentinels off the Matrix. And I'm going through shit. I'm looking to find any and everything that's going to be of any blockage or limitation, of any thought form that's going to present themselves as a form of limitation for me going forward. And I find it and I destroy it. It's a cancer. Remove it. Anything, shape, or form that you find that society is presenting to you, telling you something to not do, do it. Do the opposite. But incorporate it constructively to fit your lifestyle and your whatever magical repertoire that you know what I'm saying, within reason. You don't want to say, don't kill people, and you start killing motherfuckers. That's not going to be suitable to your lifestyle. You're going to end up getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you want to incorporate. But find out things that's, whatever it is that you find yourself being presented to as far as limitation, look at it as if it's a cancer, as if it's some motherfucker trying to control you, because it is. You know what I'm saying? You got a choice to be controlled or be the motherfucker that's controlling it. You know what I'm saying? Shaping and molding it to benefit you some way, shape, or form. But you can look at it as if it's condensing you as a chaos being. It's going to challenge you. It's going to present a force of restriction and limitation for you to creatively to take that and transmute that situation alchemically to suit your desire, to suit your benefit. You see what I'm saying? It's all kind of different ways, but know and understand that these things, these limitations that they present to us are challenges, or like rules to be broken or bended to suit your desire. You see what I'm saying? Always be mindful of that shit. You see what I'm saying? You don't never want to pick up on and just fully accept some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it presents itself, society presents themselves with these laws and restrictions that's challenges. And as that Black Adept, a Luciferian, we all about challenges. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to, fit that to your personal repertoire or whatever you dealing with, and incorporate that into your everyday practice. You know what I'm saying? But you can do that shit. We doing it. You know what I mean? We having fun with that shit. We not we speak loudly when it comes to that shit. But I mean, it's fun. It's a fun process, but know that it can be done. You know what I mean?
Okay. Most definitely.
All right. Any other questions, my brother?
Not at the moment, but I'm sure I'll come up with one.
All right, brother. Sounds good. All right. Let's see who we going to next. Cypher, you're next. I'm trying to unmute you. Give me a second. It's going slow.
Come on with them shit.
Let's see. Certain times, give me a second. This thing always gets stuck at the wrong time. Damn it. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna keep trying, Cypher. Give me a second, bro. This thing is muted. Not letting me unmute you. Maybe if I lower the hand, it will do it. Let me see. Oh shit! What happened? What happened? Oh shit!
Brother, you got your chaos snake? Where is it?
All right, Cypher, we coming back. Yeah, he had that on. He bring it late. All right, Cypher, I'm gonna come back to you. The thing is stuck for some reason. All right, let me see who else we got here. Let's bring in Obsidian Goddess. Obsidian Goddess, what's going on?
This is really interesting. conversation tonight. The concept of harmonious integration, it hit home with me as well, because quite some time back, I mean, I'm just a very dark being. I'll just come out and say it. And quite some time back, some people pushed the wrong buttons with me, and it had very catastrophic consequences for them because they pissed me off. And that was when I really started to realize the potentials I had with my powers. And I guess I don't want to say realize, but stop being in denial over it. And I kind of scared myself, so I kind of tried to strive for balance by, balancing out certain acts with maybe, working with dark energies. Sometimes I'd try to work with lighter energies. And I started to feel so discontented and so stagnant and so restless. And I felt like I was losing touch with myself and I wasn't developing spiritually. And it was a hindrance, actually. And that was when I just accepted myself for who and what I was and just dove into darkness. And really started to realize just infinite possibilities of the potential that I have with, the powers that I have. And, I thought about balance and I just realized, well, out there somewhere, there's this like cute, fluffy light worker spreading peace and love out there in the world. And you know what? That's where the balance is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
And I agree with that 100%, because for every one of us, there is somebody else out there doing the fluffy shit. But the integration within yourself, you perfectly described it. You know what your path is. You're integrating every aspect of yourself within that path. That's the key. You understand? Like, if you're on that dark path, you integrate the demonic part of yourself. You integrate the part of yourself that you use to exist in society. All those parts, but you stay on your path. You're not straddling the fence like a lot of people tend to do. Because they'll say the middle path, but the middle path to me is the safe path. Playing it safe. They don't want to take one side or the other. They're in the gray. They're the gray people. They're in the middle. They're kind of fluffy and they're kind of dark, and they're not really sure which way to go. You're never gonna go anywhere if you just keep playing it safe. You already understood that. You took that path, and it's empowered you. And the integration is and the integration is empowering yourself on that dark path in every aspect: the physical, the mental, the sexual, all of that, integrating it within that path. Because sometimes when we take a path, we still think we got to chop up the difference, in that path. Like, okay, this is my existing self as a mother. This is my existing self. No, it's all still the same path, just how you integrate it to live it in that path.
Right. Exactly.
And kudos for you too, and if I may, kudos to you for just finally embracing the whole of it for yourself, because it's a freeing feeling, it's a beautiful feeling, and especially if you know the extent of your power, learning how to, once you got on the path and now you learn how to wield it and control it, it's just a testament to your power on this path, and you wouldn't be here if you weren't ultra powerful. You know what I mean? And just embracing that, embracing that darkness sometimes is just a freeing feeling. Makes you feel like, finally found your place.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anything else, Obsidian Goddess?
No.
All right.
I have to go because I have to work tonight, but it was a great topic and I enjoyed being here. So say good night to everybody.
All right. You got that voice ready? You got that voice ready for the phone? All right.
Gotta work that magic.
There you go. All right. You have a good one now.
All right. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So, yeah, we thank Obsidian Goddess for that. And that's really true, because sometimes we tend to straddle the fence and not pick a side, not know which way we're going, what we're going to do. Once you're all in, you're all in. Like Brother Rogue Titan can say this. He knows he's all in as a chaotic being working his path on anything else. There ain't nothing that's gonna veer him off of that path. You understand? Once you know, you just go all in and you do that. But the point of integration is integrating your existence within that path, meaning your physical existence, your spiritual existence, you know, who you are in an everyday base, all that shit just integrated, you know. And Demetrius made a good point. You know, they say Darth Vader was supposed to bring that balance, I call it harmony, to that path, right? He brought that harmony to that path, but harmony is not sexy. You make it sexy. You understand what I'm saying? How you work with it is how you make it sexy. You understand that? But, you know, for all those who don't know, Obsidian Goddess, she does. So if any of y'all ever call and speak to an operator, she does the sex phone thing. You know, that's her job now. So if any of y'all ever call, I'm going to ask her, I'm going to say, yo, did anybody on this show ever call you? She going to tell me. And I'm going to say, uh-huh. She works that sex magic on that level all the time. Speaking of that, before I forget, next Sunday we going in on sex magic. Period. Case closed. We banging out the box. We coming straight with some sex magic. So we gonna bring it. Look at Cosmic Serpent's face. You see that? You see that face, y'all?
Oh.
Bro, Ty, why are you shaking your head, brother? Why are you shaking your head, brother? So we bring sex magic. I want this. I bet you if we do a sex magic topic next week, this room is gonna be packed. We're gonna have 100 people in here.
Exactly.
All staring at Cosmic Serpent.
No.
Shame, folks.
No.
Stop it. Stop it. Anyways, all right, let's keep it going because sake of time, we want to finish up soon. Let me go to Lady Mystic. Lady Mystic, you there? Hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Ah, oh, damn it. This damn thing.
Here.
Okay, you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just laughing at a comment in the chat room. Go ahead.
Okay, greetings all. Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed tonight. I have a question. First of all, Thursday, I actually manage property and I deal a lot with real estate. And one of the properties had water coming in, and so we had to relocate the tenant. And so I was right in the midst of everything, and I was trying to listen to the show at the same time. And then one of the workers came up and was speaking to me. So, but I did get everything together, and everything is going pretty smooth right now. We have to do some remodeling and different things. So I felt someone sucking my energy. And my question is, when someone is devouring your energy, is it something that they are engaging themselves, or is it something that can happen automatically? And so if I were to answer this question on my own, I would say both. And so basically what I did was I foresaw and placed like a barrier around my entire self. To immediately stop it, and it stopped immediately. And so I was just wondering if it is something that can happen automatic, or does it happen as an attack? And so I would think that it could be either both. Would that be correct?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Rogue Titan.
Yes, both of those are correct. You know what I'm saying? Now it can happen, like you said, by not gonna say by accident. Somebody may be thinking about you, and you know what I'm saying, and say if it's a lost boyfriend or something, or a husband, they be thinking about you, and they may love you or whatever, and they thinking about you, but it could be, and it can manifest for you as you can feel drained because of that, because they're pulling on that energy of what they remember from the past. You see what I'm saying? But there are those times where you may feel that you're being attacked, you know, psychically attacked. You know what I mean? But it's up to you to discern the level of vampiric aspect of what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Now, if it's a person that's out there deliberately doing that to attack you, I mean, you could, and you know it, oh man, there's so much you could do to send that energy back, and you can just, Oh man, there's no limit to what you can do to that individual psychologically, spiritually, mentally, attacking on an astral level. You know what I'm saying? Psychologically mind control them, to get them to, you know what I'm saying, do all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? When you find out that they're vampirizing up your energy. But you can, like you said, you can put up a shield to protect yourself, or you could take that opportunity to fuck somebody up, and you would have every right to do so. Vamping on your energy. Who the fuck you think they is? You know what I'm saying? They think this is open lunch or some shit? You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? You could, you know what I'm saying? You could do all kind of things to that nature. So I would agree. I would say both of those things are things that take place. You know what I'm saying? Some of it is, you know what I'm saying, by accident or naturally. There's always a form of energy exchange, period. It's always a form of vampirism going on, period. All the time. You see what I'm saying? Even with this conversation that I'm having right now, it's a form of vampirism, a form of energy exchange. You see what I'm saying? So it's always gonna happen. This is like a natural byproduct of nature itself. It's vampirism. You see what I'm saying? It's not positive or negative. It's just something that's embedded within how we conduct ourselves as human beings, and this world that we live in, matter, hell, whatever you want to call it. But if a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, using this for opportunity to attack you deliberately, by every means you could, you know what I'm saying, vanquish that person, do whatever it is necessary for you to, you know what I'm saying, let them know that that will never happen again. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel guilty about that shit.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Lady Mystic?
Yes. So there's an individual who I am trying to assist. There might be some mental issues happening in this individual, and I was thinking of setting up a live altar for them. Is there any other information that you could provide with assisting this individual or what have you? I've also mentally put barriers and different things around this person and actually held their hand and just sent energy in their way to protect them. But I also want to set up a live altar.
Any suggestions, Joe?
Yeah,
I would say do it.
yeah, I think
No,
that
go ahead with this. This is your area right here. I want to hear what she got to say.
I think that what you've done is a great starting place to be able to assist. Are you assisting in the progression, or do you see the mental illness progressing in this person and you're trying to assist, or is this person just seeking spiritual guidance with in dealing with mental illness as well, or are you helping just in general?
The person really doesn't know what is going on, but I know what's going on and I can see the issues. It's become so bad that the person was actually handcuffed by the police but brought back to a family member, and just some serious issues, different things going on there. And so they really don't know what's going on. And I definitely see some environmental issues that have caused it. There's also, I'm sure, things within their environment that has caused it. It wasn't a birth defect. That wasn't the issue.
I think that I think that coming from a place of having wanting to help and wanting to be supportive for that person, I think that in a very vulnerable state, maybe in not the strongest state that he or she is in, I think that it's important to kind of explore that person a little bit and find out what they, outside of all of the things that are going on, have as their core belief. If you really want to help, it doesn't necessarily have to be, we don't have to set up a black candle. It doesn't have to be, inverted crosses or whatever else. If that person has a core belief at their heart, if they were raised Christian and they believe in the Lord, they believe in Jesus, and that is going to help them support them in this moment, just to get them out of the mind state of fear. Just digging into that person to see. That's what I do when I do house blessings. I might not agree with it, but whatever's at the core of that person, supporting that and surrounding them in that to get them back to a state of being lucid and being able to deal with their issues a lot more, strongly, and then they can move to advancement, on the path. But I think that protection from you, a person that wants to help, just a ritual of protecting a person. I have, I've just done things for people that, just circling them in salt, blessing their home, just giving them words of encouragement, just doing something that aligns the mind with the action of I'm protected, I'm safe, and there was a ritual done on me, and now this is actually happening. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is something that you might believe in or be in alignment with, but it's for them to help them. So that's just my opinion. Absolutely, just my opinion.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Lady Mystic?
No, thank you. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Passion.
Yes. Peace and passion. All right. So let's go for sake of time. Let's hit Sandy's. Let's see if I get this working. Sandy, hold on. Sandy, you there?
Hi. Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. Any questions?
No, I just really, really like the topic. It's really interesting, especially being female and having to fight like different moral stuff, fed to you in society, and trying to get rid of those things so you know how to protect yourself, when to protect yourself, I don't know. So the topic is really interesting.
All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Appreciate it. And where are you at again? You in the West Coast? Because it's daylight over.
Arizona, Chandler.
You lucky.
Yeah.
We dark as midnight over here right now. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy.
Yep.
All right. Let me go to Raquel Easton. Is that how you say it? Mr. Easton, are you there?
Yes. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Any questions?
No, I'm just listening. Someone sent me the link, so I'm just listening.
All right, sounds good, brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Can you give me a bit of a rundown on what's going on? I caught up late.
Basically, what we're discussing is morality and the apparent balance that we discuss when we're walking on the left-hand path. The left-hand path is the left-hand path of the occult sciences, dealing with the occult. So basically what we're doing is discussing that nature of things and how we look at it, how you either accept other people's moralities or you create your own as your own master and sovereign ruler over yourself. So basically that's where we're at today right now, and we're basically going around the room seeing what questions people have based upon the little intro breakdown we had. But what you missed will be up on YouTube probably in an hour's time, because once we finish here, it gets uploaded to YouTube. Okay. So
yeah,
whatever.
Well, like you mentioned, I mean, and I think as most of us know, it's I, self, Lord, and Master. So basically, you basically can be in charge and create your own realities, your own morals and these different things. So not so much but you must understand that the society plays a great role in how we view these topics,
Exactly.
Our belief system, our parents, and these different things. So but on the left hand part, I, self, Lord, and Master, you just now gotta reconstruct your thinking, reprogram your mind so that you can now create your own morals, because right and wrong and these things are subjective,
Exactly.
So,
exactly. Appreciate that, brother. Where are you tuning in from?
I'm in Guyana.
Guyana, okay. Cool. Hey, my brother.
South America.
Huh?
South America.
Yeah, I know. My brother, where he had Cypher, I think his family's from Guyana as well. All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for tuning in. Let me see if I can finish this, because I know Getting late. I know people got to eat, do whatever. Well, shit, I got to eat. I ain't eating all day. All right. Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
All right, let me go. Let me try Cypher one more time because this thing keeps getting stuck. So let me try. Let me see. Okay, hold on. It worked. All right, there you go, brother. What's going on, brother?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Well, yeah, I saw your comment over here about tantras. Yeah, definitely next week when we deal with sex magic, I'm gonna discuss left hand path tantra, or some people also call red tantra. For people who don't have the book, it's called Demons of the Flesh. I don't even think it's in print anymore, and if you can find it, it's like $200, $300.
It's inside of that list. It's inside of that link right there. It should be right in there.
He put Brother Cypher put the link over here in the chat room. Y'all, if you can,
if it's not in there, it's in the description section on one of the woke media videos. If they check inside of it, they'll find that particular book right there. Because I just shared it recently.
Excellent.
Demons of the Flesh. I'll see if I can find it and put it in the link before we get off too.
All right.
I'm really enjoying the presentation thus far. And the guy that called in before, I actually sent him a link. That's my friend from back in Guyana.
Okay.
One of the actual persons that we used to be friends back in the days, even back in the Hebrew Israelite stuff.
Oh,
so
shit,
we
damn.
used to be the two guards at the door for the Hebrew Israelites, but then
shit.
we came into the information and we just stepped away from all of that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And back to what Brother Duma was speaking about, you just got a simple ritual for it if you want to just get rid of like all of the hang-ups on all of the morality and all of this stuff. Pick up any book on deities and just read one page of it and then say fuck all of them.
Oh shit! There you go. That's excellent. Yep.
And you're not gonna worry about it no more, because at that point you already know you pissed enough entities off to where you better get on your shit and just think about the one you probably been serving for a minute. It might be Jesus, whoever entity it might be that you mostly connected to, and just say fuck them. I had to literally just say fuck your hoe, like literally, and don't care about it and move away from that particular that particular system and that mindset to free myself from all of that foolishness. Because if you don't, and it's actually a challenge sometimes for you to expand upon yourself. It's a challenge for you to just step up. You see what I'm saying? And just move away from it and have your own mindset on things. Because that point, you start to reach your whole reality.
Indeed. And Brother Duma, let me throw this in there real quick, because something I did, because me and Duma came from the same shit. We were Ansars, Nawapians, the whole bullshit, right? What I did is I took the books, I pissed on them, and then lit them on fire, bro. That's how I eliminated. I'm not saying that's what you're still stuck on. I'm just saying, whatever you may feel that you're still working with or trying to overcome, this goes for anybody. Take whatever book is more sacred to whatever you came up from, burn it, piss on it, do what you have to do to basically destroy it in your life, to just totally get rid of it. You know what I'm saying?
I cursed out all of them. Moses, all of them I cursed out.
Yeah, I did that. I took all them books that I had from Dr. York back in the days, and trust me, I had like thousands of them joints. I just said, lit them on fire, and that was it. Done, over with. And when I did that, I'm be honest, it felt like a release, and like I had actually got past that BS. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Any other things, Cypher?
Nah, that's it, man. I'm just chilling here, you know what I'm saying, enjoying the presentation.
All right, appreciate that, brother.
All right.
All right, let me go to Demetrius. I know Demetrius has been sitting there patiently, brother. What's going on, Demetrius?
Yes, good evening. Good evening. Well, I'll quickly touch on a few things. Divine Diamond, with her situation that she had talked about, and this is good for any empaths too. One of the biggest things is when you have like a boss or somebody like that trying to put down on you or put you in your quote unquote place or whatever it is. I know we do whatever work that we do to change the situation, but one of the first things we should do when we're right in it is to separate our energies out from it. One of the ways to do that real quick is to pay attention to the peripheries of our vision, because notice our vision has edges. Place your awareness there. What it does is it'll snap you out of it, because it's a spell. It's basically like psychic domination is what you get from like a pastor or a supervisor or something like that, you're taught this in school, so this is great for the kids too. Sit up straight and give me your attention. Those teachers are bleeding your kids out. So by getting them to expand their awareness past the peripheries of their vision, it'll break that chain to where you're not caught up in whatever garbage that other person is projecting or doing. Then you're able to easily do whatever is needed. One thing that I do, especially with the cops too, because they are really good at this. The cops pull up behind you. It's like an energy they're projecting at you, almost like a predatory energy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't resist it. Just feel it. Feel that, and then direct that current back at them. They don't like that shit. They'll get off of you quick.
There you go.
They'll get right off of you, like immediately. Like I used to have a friend. We would drive around and get right behind a cop, and then do that. Project that same energy at him. He'll freak out.
Yeah, there you go.
So that one's on the house. So the subject of morality, this is a cool subject, and it's very individual, extremely individual. It's on the person, whatever it is they're dealing with, because sometimes my morality will shift in accordance to whatever is going on.
Yep.
If there's some kind of thing to where something has to be blocked or bound, and other things to where something has to be blasted. But you have to stay steady in that of what your morality is, how you line yourself up in your universe. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. You have your universe that you're operating in. How are you going to deal with the situations that you've got going on? You kind of have to. It's like a self-discipline. That's back to Divine Diamond saying the chaos and whatnot. When you first get into this and start wrestling control back to yourself, it's going to be a little chaotic because you freed your energies up. Everything's moving. Now you've got to take control of that and direct it. I like what you said about etymology of words. I tell Christian people I run into and friends, they need to do the same thing when they crack their text. Learn the meanings of names and places, and I have yet to hear anything back from any of them on that. So,
and you never will, brother. You never will, because one thing they don't like to do is be questioned about the BS that they believe.
Oh, hell no.
You do question and you make them face themselves. You're the heathen. You're the devil. You're everything else. And I say, yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, I've been called all of that and then some.
Yep. Exactly.
I tell them most of the stuff they come up with is probably true.
Yeah.
But in the concepts of balance and harmony, I prefer the ideal of harmony. Sometimes I do have to invoke that place of balance to where I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
Because like when I do like the shadow work, I'll go deep into that. I'll just keep going and going and going and going. And at some point, I'm going, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Let me take a moment to integrate.
It has its place sometimes. It has its place.
Yeah. Definitely. So being be able to integrate the work that you've done and all of that. So, but this is a good topic. I appreciate you guys bringing this up.
All right. Thank you, brother. All right. The brother Mario, he's about to get off. He says, yo, family, I love you all. However you want to say it. I thank you all. The Triad of Darkness, Brother Ravana Noon, the gorgeous Lady Death, the gorgeous Lady of Death, the Cosmic Serpent. Damn, nigga, you the Lady of Death? Shit. I'm scared of your ass.
I will take that.
I'm scared of your ass. The Cosmic Serpent and the Rogue Titan. He got to get up early because he got to work in the AM. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to finish up because I know a lot of us got to wrap it up soon. So let me go to, let's go to one more person. No, two more people. I'm going to do JR and then, no, three more people. Damn, all right, just limit it to one question, y'all. If you have one question or one comment, because we're going to wrap it up. It's 10 o'clock already. So I'm going to do JR and then I'm going to do that Zeta, then I'm going to do Smooth T, all right? All right. JR, any questions?
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
Chilling, brother.
Good. No question, man. Man, I want to say, man, shoot, man, it was on point. The topic was on point, man. Thank y'all. Thank you, Cosmic Serpent, Roll Titan, you know what I'm saying? What y'all was talking about was touching right on point, man. A lot of what y'all was talking about, that's what I've been know what I'm saying, doing, you know what I'm saying, thinking about too, and that harmony, real important.
All right, brother.
I'm gonna say, man, one thing since doing these classes, man, shoot, it's really increasing, man, focus and awareness, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, the power and the energy, and man, like I'm just dealing with that shadow work, man, dealing with that shadow stuff, and man, shoot, my attitude and the way I'm looking at it and approaching it, man, I'm just ain't gonna be no more procrastination, you know what I'm saying?
There you go, brother. That's
Yeah,
right. Keep representing, brother.
yeah, just taking it head on, man, and just man, just you know what I'm saying, just doing it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all you could do, brother. That's all you could do.
Just do it.
Let's
Like
do it.
Nike.
That's right. That's Nike. Now, why do you think Nike sells billions of dollars, brother? That's what the hell am I trying to say?
The slogan.
Yeah, that slogan right there. Billions of dollars, bro. Just from just do it. Just do it. That shit's been around how many years now? But it works, right? So all right, brother. Appreciate that. Let me go to Zeta next and then finish off with Smooth T for sake of time, but I appreciate that. All right, Smooth T said he has no questions, so we're going to go to Zeta and finish it off. All right, bro? Thank you, bro. All right. Zeta, I know you're going to have a question tonight, brother, because you never have a question, brother. You got to have one. One question, brother. just one, brother. Give me one. Yeah, he twirling that trident, brother, so he thinking of something. Any questions?
No
brother?
questions.
No questions? No. All right. Cool. All right. So, Brother Cypher posted the link to Demons of the Flesh. Whoever wants Demons of the Flesh, it's here. We're gonna come from that book a lot. Next Sunday for Sex Magic. If you don't have it, click on this link. I also have it, and I can email you. So either way, but we're gonna use that a lot. Demons of the Flesh is very impactful. It's a must read. You gotta have that in your library, especially when you're dealing with sex magic, left hand path tantra, all that stuff. So that's next Sunday. It's gonna be the topic. It's gonna be sex magic on the left hand path. All right, sex magic on the left hand path. Put it out there from now. Thursdays, the vampiric classes, the private vampiric classes. You want to be invited to that? Hit me up. We're gonna get you to sign up if you want to get into that. We're going to go into chakras on the left-hand path, but it's going to be more detailed in the videos. And then from there, we're going to send out the self-realization initiation as a vampire. We're going knee-deep into vampiric magic that I don't discuss or other people discuss on public stuff because this is more stuff you got to do on the inside, all right? And then, what is it? Friday, I'll do another video. Please let me know by next Sunday who wants to attend Orlando for the ritual we're having here in May. At the end of May, I'm going to try to talk to Trina again, see if we could do it towards the end of May in Memorial Day weekend, which I think is the 25th, 6th, and 7th. All right? Please let me know by then because there's already 12 people she coming with. I'm trying to find out from here how many people are coming from the videos and the private classes so we can have a nice little gathering. We're going to do drumming rituals. We're going to do a big ritual together, all kinds of stuff. So let's get it popping, y'all. But I thank y'all for coming out. Cosmics, let's go with Rogue Titan. Give your closing statements and your contact information, brother.
My contact on Instagram is the_rogue_titan0125. You can hit my email at shannon.jeffries0125@gmail.com. And my closing statement is this, man. Realizing that you at the center point of your existence. Own your power. Own your divinity. Own the power that you will. You know what I'm saying? Embrace it. You know what I'm saying? But don't rest on your laurels. Always challenge yourself. Always try to step above and beyond what you presently think you're able to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the world, you got all powers at your disposal. And knowing that whether you know it or not, if you decide to stop wielding this power, it's gonna manifest itself anyway. So you might as well utilize this energy to manifest it in your life where you want to have it. You know what I'm saying? Mirror back your desires and your will and your intent because it's gonna happen. Whether you wielding it consciously or it's gonna happen just haphazardly. You know what I'm saying? This is the energy, it's a wave right now we dealing with, and you better be riding that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't riding it, you know what I'm saying? If you either sink or swim, you know what I'm saying? So just know that. Just know that the power that you have, own it. Stop denying it. Embrace your darkness. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is necessary for you to do your shadow work, to come up out the motherfucking shadows, feeling empowered, feeling invigorated to go about your daily lifestyle, to apply more shit, to gain more power. And know that you can do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my closing statement. Chaos reigns supreme. So if you're gonna be working with this shit, that shit gotta be you know what I'm saying, push the envelope in your creativity. You know what I mean? And just know that you can do this shit every day, every week. Just keep building on the energy, because this is a powerful ass energy we fucking with, because you a powerful being.
Indeed.
I'm done.
Cosmic Serpent, take it away.
Okay, thanks everybody for being on. On Instagram, I am at the.cosmic.serpent. The cosmic serpent 7@gmail.com is my email, and I'll just let everybody know exactly, just to piggyback off my brother. He's, chaos reigns supreme. Anything is possible. When you're on this current, you have unlimited power, unlimited potential. Your mind is your only set of change. You're in prison, and once you break free from that, then anything is possible. So I want to say
Thank you, Cosmic Serpent. Me, I'm gonna just say, if you want to reach me, darkotis99 at outlook.com. Instagram, darkside_unleashed. The name of the YouTube channel, Darkside Unleashed. Nature calls. Peace is light is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. Out.
Peace.